What's up, everybody? I'll wait till a few people get in here before we address this, just because I don't really. This is like my fourth stream I've had to do about this in the last like 6 or 7 months. Honestly, man, I'm getting tired of making this stream, which means there's not much going on. So we'll discuss that. We'll see if anybody else wants to jump in panel. Sorry, I'm drinking a bubbly water thing, bubbly La Kusu, La Cruxa, whatever this is. I don't know what it is, but if anybody wants to join me on panel, matter of fact, I will share the stream link invite. So I just got off Mike's channel. Now I'm coming over here. We got 3 people in here. Let's see if anybody wants to jump on the panel. Links in the description if you want to join me up here. We're going to talk about why I'm not sure I want to push forward with the hobby at the moment. I feel like kind of done everything. Everything's been done. It's been accomplished. The only 2 drones that we really got out, one of them was okay, and the other one is having all sorts of issues, and I don't know. So, Los, I just got up, man. I just got done with a sleep. I'm not going to bed yet. Join me up here, Los. Come on, man. Come on, Carlos Burke. Oh, that's right. You need to be up. Well, I was going to do a live stream anyway, so it worked out. If anybody wants to join me, we're going to talk about why I'm not impressed by the drone market anymore, and I don't know what there is to do in the hobby right now other than just regular stuff. I do have some videos I want to make. Pix 4D was actually a little more expensive than I thought. That's impossible because it says I have audio, unless this is muted. No, you guys should have audio. I've got a microphone and it says it's on. Yep, I've got audio. Shouldn't be any problems. It says my microphone is kicking. I think that's on your end, Los. My microphone says good to go. Yeah, I think you got a problem there, Carlos. If anybody wants to join me, link is up. As far as I'm concerned, man, there's really I don't know. Steve, not a problem, brother. We'll get all that figured out. Thanks for popping in, Steve. Ron, you're more than welcome to join, buddy. You know where the link is. I posted the link up above. I'll post it again. Let's see here. Paste. There's the StreamYard link again. John, what's up? I would really like a few people to jump in on this one just so I can get the idea of what other people think. Southwest Drones, what is happening, my brother? So, link is posted. I really don't want to do a stream by myself, so it'd be nice to have a few people in here. Catch you later, Los. Los prick. Ron normally tries to pop in. Depends on his internet, I guess. You can still do the other RC. Well, my channel's more known for drone stuff than anything. It's not that I can't do the other RC stuff. I'm not a huge fan of friction and ground vehicles. I'm not a big. I don't know, man. They're just always broken. They're always broken. New to the hobby. I'm already over DJI. Terrible customer service. TY, we've been having an issue with that. We're going to talk about that. I'm in the drove-through at McDonald's. I think you mean drive-through. I'll settle for that. What you drinking, Dano? I'm drinking a mango-flavored LaCrux water. LaCrux sparkling water, natural flavor of goodness and greatness. I think the only innovation that's really... Oops. Whoa. I think the only innovation that's really happening right now is on the FPV side of things. I don't know, man. I think that, Michael, what's up, buddy? Feel free. Like I said, the link is posted. I'll keep posting it. Novice Quads, why don't you jump in here, man? I actually just answered a comment that you put on one of my Hubson videos from like 4 years ago last night. I don't know where it popped up at, but Novice, why don't you jump in here? I feel like you would be a good person to communicate with on this because I think you have good ideals. If you can get on here, man, and chat with me, that would be awesome. Big Ron, I didn't think he would say no. Oh, gosh, his internet's already crappy.
Why?
Just because I could just see you're like really horrible looking, but we'll deal. We'll deal.
Your face is horrible looking, too.
My face is horrible looking?
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Love you too, man. I actually thought I had more color in my face, and I seemed a little more happy today since I got sleep. Was I wrong?
Nope, you look like Casper.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Anytime.
All right, so I don't see innovation happening, man. I really don't. Ron, when was the last time you saw anything in the drone market that was innovative other than FPV? GPS stuff just kind of dead, stagnant, not really much going on.
Yeah, but nothing worthwhile.
Right. That's where I'm at. It's like it's just turned into a stagnant market of better cameras, which I frankly care less about. I'm a hobbyist. I don't really give a damn if I have 6K or 8K or any of the above. I think we've covered this so many times now in the past 7 months. So you'll take a rain check? All right. Sounds good. John, why don't you join us, man? Get up here. Somebody other than just Ron is going to join me. Hey, how's your not smoking thing going?
Unfortunately, I picked it back up with all the stress I'm dealing with right now.
Do you know how much time I spent making 1,600 comments?
Then I'm basically out roughly $4,000.
Oh boy.
I got a paperweight sitting in driveway right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. So yeah, dude, nothing new in the GPS world whatsoever. I feel like they've just crapped on innovation the past 2 years. Like nothing's really happened. They're not making new features. They're not doing anything that's blowing my mind. I think after the Skydio 2, things really like just kind of went out the window. I don't know, man. I feel like they're, huh?
I mean, you can only do so much.
Right, but that's my thing, man. I feel like there's so much potential. You say you can literally only do like one thing. I've had so many ideas, and I've passed these ideas on to some companies to see if they'd be willing to carry through with it. Like gaming for Android has taken leaps and bounds, man. They're doing stuff with gaming on Android you never would have even thought possible. Well, what if you took a drone and you 3D mapped a field, right? Using some kind of site scan software or photogrammetry. What if you took a drone and you scoped out a field and then you put an internet box out there, and anybody that showed up could set up a live FPV Free Fire match with each other based on teams, and each one would sign into a different network. And this whole field would be built into a 3D environment based off of what the drone scoped and mapped out, and then it built the environment on top of it. What do you think of that? That's some crazy idea, right?
It's really crazy, and it sounds really complicated.
Well, nobody said it was.
Now, is it worth the headache to make a couple bucks? Because not everybody's an FPV.
Well, I'm not talking about FPV here, man. I'm talking about GPS drones. I'm talking about bringing droning. Hold on. I'm talking about bringing droning to Android gaming to get the kids involved. I think there's a market for it. I really do, man. Imagine getting your kid off of the sofa and able to play a first-person shooter in a real field with other individuals based on a 3D mapped environment built by a drone in like a half-hour period. And then you put out a blast to let people know where this battle is going to take place at. And then all these people show up and they join either team network that they're going to be based on. It's like paintball, but nobody actually gets shot at, and you have a 3D environment that the drone built. These are ideas that, huh?
It sounds like a Pokemon battle.
It kind of does, but what if we did that? What if we did live Pokemon battles using drones? What if we actually built an environment just for a Poke battle? I mean, these are things that I feel like innovation is just crap. Like they just don't care. They only care about making better cameras. They're not actually seeing what the technology is capable of. Why not push that to a new realm? It's only complicated if you don't have the right team working on it. If you take the right team and you put them together, like Steve Jobs. We were talking about Steve Jobs the other day, Ron. Remember that?
Yeah.
What did he do? He got a group of scientists together to figure out open, close, get on that. Like, that's what you do. You build a team, and Steve Jobs didn't change the world. The scientists did that built the stuff that Steve Jobs wanted in his head. He gave the idea, and they created it. Right. He gave the idea, and they credited it. Steve Jobs didn't come up with the iPad. he had the concept in his head, and he brought the idea to the R&D department, the scientists, but they're the ones that built it. You know. I'm ahead of the game, man. I have all these ideas that I feel like, when I did this talk last time, people were like, the Mavic Mini was so innovative. And I was like, well, really, it wasn't. Because, yeah, I guess they got it down to 249 grams, but it doesn't do anything special. It does the same thing all the rest of the GPS drones do. I want a drone that does something that I've never seen before. The wow factor is what's missing here. I remember when the wow factor was there, they would introduce a new thing, and I'd be like, wow, the wow factor is gone. We don't have the wow factor anymore. I want to find that wow factor. What happened to that? I don't care about cameras anymore. To do away with the really crazy camera setups. I don't care. All right. Make FLIR cheaper if you're going to do the camera thing. Figure out how to make FLIR cameras cheaper, and then I'm on board with the camera thing. Other than that, I want to see drones do things they shouldn't be able to do. I want to see drones doing things that would take a supercomputer a ton of time to process. What if you map the environment, Ron, then you plugged it into your PC, and then you put out the branch out signal? You could use it for the photogrammetry of the entire course settings with the 3D mapping, and then let the computer do the rest of the work for you. It would take probably 45 minutes to build a field battle, and then you could have live action battles all day with VR headsets and Android box with Bluetooth controllers in a field. Get your kid off the couch and get their couch potato ass out there doing something fun.
So why don't you go on that site and start a funding for that?
Dude,
yes, ma'am.
You just glitched. You were like, dark.
My bad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell her I think she's cute. Tell her I think she's cute. Say, my friend thinks you're cute. Hi.
She already.
You have a nice butt. Tell her she has a nice butt. I said she has a nice butt. Can you hear her? Hi.
No, shut up. She looks like a linebacker.
On Star Trek, they call it hologram room. Right, but I want to bring that environment to the people, man. You just need the right group of people, and this idea introduced as a concept to them. And I think it would just be magical, man. Because as far as I'm concerned, the hobby is like the drone market. There's zero innovation unless it's FPV. There's just nothing happening. It's not even that FPV is getting more innovative. It's that FPV keeps things interesting because they start introducing new moves. The physics don't apply to FPV drones like they do to GPS quads. That's why FPV for me is so interesting, because I can fly like a bird. I don't get that when I fly GPS. GPS, you just fly around and get your footage and come back. That's it. The fun is over. Okay, fatty, you done?
No, bitch, shut up. Thank you. Have a good day. I had to get some chicken nuggets. I was fiending like a pregnant woman.
You're not going to eat those in front of us, are you?
Yeah.
We're glitching again? We glitched. We totally glitched. You're telling me nobody wants to come on the panel?
Huh?
Where's Mike? Mike should be on.
Where's Ryan?
That's a good point, too.
We need, I talked to Ryan earlier. He had to help me with, I had to send a consumer complaint to the Florida Highway Motor Vehicles.
Sometimes the operator must catch up on the technology. You need people like me coming up, like Armageddon. You need people in a room just thinking shit up, and then people backing that shit up that they're thinking about, and then another team to back that shit up. That's what you need. That's where the drone industry, I think, kind of fell off. You know.
Did you really just do that?
Quote Armageddon. I did.
Oh,
I did. You think anybody's
That's
doing
horrible.
what we're doing right now, Ron? I got a little animal crackers going up your belly. Way down below.
That's
I hope so. Otherwise, what the hell are we saying, man? The ample peaks above as he makes love to Ron's. Oh boy. So you guys, hey, don't look at me like that, people in the stream. You got yourself into this. It's just as easy as a click away to be out of it. All right, don't forget that. What was that? Who's talking? What do I hear? I hear somebody on your end.
Yeah, it's a person.
The parking lot. Mm-hmm.
It's a person that's like 10 spaces over from me.
Wow, they talk really loud. I can't believe nobody popped in here. West Haven, what's up, man? Late night with Dan.
I wish it had happened here, so I got hop off and eat.
You can always drop out and eat. Here we go. This is a fun one. Let's see. They aren't worried about innovation because they get thousands of new drone hobbyists every day. And they all get blown away when they see how much technology is currently packed until sale. I mean, I get that, but there's got, like, for the people that have been in this a while that are complaining about wanting innovation and they're not doing anything, I think it's time for those people to start speaking up, because I really decline you won't see anything, just my opinion. What? I don't know. So. Anyways, Jody, Drone Shots, what's up, man? Recovery drone, depending on the tech, to be the driver of the innovation is backward thinking. What? No. Guys, let the computer do all the hard work. The drone just does the mapping. The computer does the rest of it. But you need the drone to build the map, the 3D environment, right? We already have this. Software is available. Why hasn't anybody integrated it into Android yet? What? Like, this stuff is easy to come by. It's not difficult, man. Tech's already there.
There's cameras. There's cameras that do that.
That's what I'm talking about, Ron. The 3DR Solo can do it. The Bebop 2 can do it. It's all photogrammetry, man. JAS, good time. Haven't seen you.
Bro, you know what you never did?
What's that?
You know what you never got to do?
What's that?
You never got to flip a solo.
I did flip a solo. I did it with you the first day I got it.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Acro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did fly it in acro mode.
Did you barrel roll?
No, I didn't see any reason to. It's way too big of a bird to be doing all those specific maneuvers with cameras on them, man.
I know, but it would have been cool.
For what? The broken gimbal?
I remember when you flipped it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Hudson,
down and out. Let me tell you how that worked out. 3DR Solo. That was funny. That was so funny. I did. I went down and out with the sticks, and that's not how you disarm a solo. That was like 4 years ago. That thing powered up again. I was like, what is happening right now? Wow. Yeah. That was kind of funny.
Do you remember that you had?
Pick your own teams. I get it done. You got the knowledge. Now pick your team. Oh, I wish it was that easy, man. I wish I had the money and the backing to do something like that. I totally would push forward. What's that?
I say, remember that crappy Ghost you had?
The coffee Ghost?
The Ghost.
Ghost drone. That thing
the
sucked.
John, what's up?
Blizzard, what's up? Yeah, that thing was trash, dude. That was a garbage drone. That was a real letdown there, man. I thought that was a lot of tech for what you got. That thing was scary, bro. That was like releasing velociraptors on the general public when that thing took off. There's zero control. It was just like people screaming and running and a drone just chasing them for no apparent reason. I don't understand what happened with that drone. Twice. I bought 2 of them. That's how much of an idiot I am. The first one crashed, and then I bought another one, and a week later that one crashed too. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I'm done.
So really the only decent ones right now are what, the Bebop, and what else?
What do you mean, what else? I mean, you're gonna end up arguing with a bunch of DJI people in here. A lot of these people fly DJI.
I like DJI. I didn't like the Mini. I like the Phantom.
I don't like the Mini either. You know why? It sits on my shelf and it does nothing because it can't fly in hot weather.
I know. It has like that much depth on it. And then when you fart, it goes.
And my Hubson, don't even get me started on that. I got a video up coming for that, bro. People are not going to be happy. Listen, man, it's not that I want to hate Hubson. It's that they do it to themselves. God.
Dude, just the battery mod alone was horrible. Oh, my God.
I think they pulled that video. Didn't they pull that video? I think Hubson pulled that. No, it's still up. It's still up. I guarantee you, it's still up. I'm offended. Fuck, you're offended. Echo Hobbies, what's up?
Who said they're offended?
Agent's funny though, man. He's just popping around. Yeah, he's funny. Like literally, I've never cared if I offend somebody ever. Oh, you know that. I have no filter, dude. I don't give two shits whether somebody doesn't like what I have to say or they don't. If I know I have to apologize for something, I will. But other than that, man, I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind. I would rather be honest with somebody than bullshit around the truth of it. You know, I feel like YouTubers have this thing where they don't want to. They buy a product and then they don't want to be told what the real problems are. So they would rather follow the person that tells them all the good things than follow the person that tells them all the bad things. It's like they just don't want to be told that the purchase or the investment they made is not what they expected it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I think that has suffered. The drone market has suffered from for the past 2 years, at least, that I can think of. So, me, I just don't care. It's talking. The Mavic Mini eats big fat donkey dicks. It like flies when it wants to. It was all right at first, but now it's just sucking on chodes. It doesn't do anything. It just sits on my shelf and looks pretty, and it can't do anything because it's too hot out.
With an inch of dust on it.
What's that?
I said with an inch of dust on it.
Mm-hmm. It's getting there.
Give it away.
Hubson commercials are funny. Yeah, it's not that the Hubson commercials are funny as hell. Hubson is funny as hell. That's the joke. That's where the real joke is at. Is that Hubson? Yeah. They call me the bad guy. Did you know that, Ron? When they refer to me in videos or talks or comments, they refer to Drone Worship as the bad guy. I think that's funny. I've never had a company actually single me out as being the bad guy. So I guess we know what role I would play in a Clint Eastwood movie. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I know where I fall into that category. I got 2 lower budget camera drones, JGRC X11 and JGRC X. I'm willing to donate if it goes to a less fortunate kid that's interested in the hobby. If anyone knows of such, let me know. Chad, we used to actually take those off people's hands and give them to kids that were interested when we did reviews. So whenever we would go out and fly a drone, if I saw a kid that was piquing his interest and he was watching me the whole time, if we had one of those extras to give away, we would normally give it to the dad or to the kid if the father's okay, or the mother, or whoever the significant other is at the time. But we used to do that all the time. Remember that, Ron? Actually, most of the stuff that was sent to me for review, I would give away right after I did the review. If somebody was watching or paying attention, I would just hand it off, and that'd be the end of it. I've got videos on my channel, I think, of some kid flew his drone away and lost it, and that day I ended up giving him another drone. So, yeah, man, just hold on to it, Chad. Hold on to it. You'll find somebody when you're out flying. Just keep it in your car. When you see somebody that takes interest in what you're doing, if you see a little kid that's eyes are just like, give it to him, man. You know? Let's see. Cat, that is really kind of you. Heck yeah, man. Michael's a good dude. Michael won one of my giveaways. Michael ended up with the Fimi A3. You were asking. Yeah, Michael McReynolds. I chose him for the giveaway, man, and I'm glad I did. He's been respecting that quad and having a lot of fun with it. So I'm glad you're still enjoying that quad, Michael. I'm glad it's doing its thing. Timeless, you're more than welcome to jump on the panel, brother.
Yeah,
I can't believe we got 20 people in here at almost midnight. Well, there's the stream. If anybody else would like to jump in and BS with us and talk about why I don't think the market's innovating. Ow, that hurt. I'm dying, bro. Dying from the inside out.
What are you doing this weekend?
Well, Friday, what is Friday? The 29th? 29th, I have to go have another iron blood infusion because I'm anemic. I'm anemic, bro. This is the best I've looked in a little while because I have color again somewhat.
Well, this weekend I gotta go sit in front of a car dealership all weekend long. And I bought a banner from UPS that says "Consumer Auto Credit are scammers," and I bought an 8x3 banner.
So you bought one of the banners like I have behind me that's all colorful and says drone worship and all that good stuff. That's 6 foot. That's big.
It's not that colorful. Mine's an 8x3.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
So I'm gonna sit out there and see where that goes. Hopefully, I don't go to jail.
Chris Troutman. Well, you won't go to jail because it's freedom of speech. Chris Troutman with aloha from Hawaii. Hey, thanks for looking for my cousin on the lake, brother. Hell yeah. DW, thank you. Dude, you're good, Michael. You deserve that thing. You've been an avid follower of everyone, man. You do such a good job supporting people. It's crazy. You know, guys, supporting other channels pays off. If you don't think it does, just ask Michael. It does pay off, man. We see it as content creators. We really pay attention to who's super supportive of everything that we do. So just let that be a reminder. If you really enjoy someone's content and you watch them religiously, let them know, man. If you're not commenting, you're not liking, they don't know that you're there or exist. Just let them know. Jose Rodriguez up in the house. I would think sales are down all around the movement. We're in a weird place in time. That's why it's the best time to innovate. You have all this downtime with your R&D department, start innovating. If I'm sitting on my couch and you're not showing me anything new, that means you better be in your basement with some mad scientist working on some shit that's going to blow my mind when this is over with. I would think, Big Ron, you hula pretty well. He does hula pretty well. Yeah.
You should see me in my miniskirt, bro.
Hey, you shaved again. I just realized you got like a baby face going on again.
You want to see?
Wrong head, bro. Steven Drones, what's up, man? I'm inviting people on the panel right now. If anybody would like to come on in to join us on the panel and have a chat, feel free.
Well, I eat my chicken.
While you eat your chicken nuggets. Big Ron looks fresh out of the womb. Damn, dude. That's pretty raw. That's pretty good. I feel bad forever. You ripped in half to come out of that thing, though.
What, going in or coming out?
Coming out. If you came out like that, bro, somebody got turned inside out. All right. Mr. Rodriguez.
Hey, man. What's up, everybody? What's up? Yeah, I feel the same way you do, Dan. I've been looking at, what's available out there. And the same thing is happening with every bit of technology. Do you think they have reached the point where they really can't do anything else except something completely brand new, innovating that nobody will give a shit about?
Yeah.
Really. Because what happened to just the pleasure of flying?
Right.
Because we have I've done the same thing. I'm just as guilty. I'm prioritizing flying with capturing the most cinematic video I can possibly do, even if it's my grandson playing with a hatchet, chopping down dead trees.
Right.
That's what I just did the other day. And I should be out flying for the love of flying.
It's okay. So
I think that's what FPV does for people.
It does. It does, but it's not.
And you don't see that with GPS drones. I mean, so much because it's so damn stable. And, if you know how to do it, it's so steady that it just kind of moves you over to that video side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I got a friend who had just started a channel. He's been in the art business for a long time. He started a channel. He was asking for support. I, subscribe, and I've been pushing the hell out of him on my live streams and such. And he's growing pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's having problems with his girlfriend. They're breaking up, blah blah blah, and he's in a funk, if you will. And
Sure.
so right now he's realizing that what he first had, as far as his little brainstorm for his channel, he went down the wrong road. He got into the technology side instead of the art side.
Mhm.
So in this case, it would be the technology side would be concentrating on these. Oh shit! Let's get a 16K drone.
Right.
You
Right.
know, what happened to flying? What
Well,
happened to having a drone that everything you commanded to do, it does? That's what I want. I don't know about you. I know you're looking for something totally new and never like you were talking about photogrammetry. Well, why not? Is the Bebop incapable of doing that? Is it not
oh,
good
no,
enough?
it is, but I think the software price needs to come down. I don't want to blow
It's like,
$5,000.
that what is it? Something Pixel 4 or
Yeah.
something.
So Pix 4D is like
Yeah, it's
$5,000
$400
for
freaking dollars.
photogrammetry software. I'm not
You
gonna go
better,
blow
yeah, you better be doing mapping for a lot of people, man.
right. Otherwise, it's not worth it. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
one-time lifetime fee, but $5,000 is $5,000. I could buy a really decent car for that. It's like, I wish there were more companies providing things that were a little bit more affordable to get more people into
Mhm.
different side of this, because there's not many people messing with Pix 4D just because it's not at a cost-effective price for people to really want to be involved.
Yeah.
I would love to get involved in the photogrammetry stuff, but after I put out my stream last night talking about wanting to do it with the Bebop 2, and then I went to Pix4D's website, they have like 25 different things they offer for Pix4D, and really all I want to do is mapping, but that mapping costs $5,000. I'm like, I'm not giving you guys $5,000 to play with your software. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I guess you were talking about drones hitting a pinnacle of technology, right? We've kind of hit that pinnacle of what
Well,
we think at the
how
moment.
much stability do you want?
Well, see, and it's to me,
You know.
it's not even about those things to me. It's about being offered new inventive ways to use a drone. I think there's so many untapped potential for drones that they're not even like seeking it. They're so more worried about the commercial side of it with better
Mhm.
cameras, right?
Yeah.
Than they're worried about actually the hobbyists who want to have fun and try new things. So, ever since the drone market took this weird twist where it all became this commercial side, then the hobby side just got kind of pushed out of it. And now it's all just, oh, who's got the best camera? Who's got the best who's got the best settings on their camera? And that kind of killed it for the hobbyists, because for us, the only other out was FPV. That still has innovation happening. There's still things going on there. There's no limitations to what you can do in the FPV side of things.
Yeah, but you're building those from scratch,
Right.
basically, aren't you? I mean,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
you're doing all of the tuning and all of that stuff. You're on your own, so it's basically a scratch built product. You're not gonna. Does anybody sell like ready to fly FPV?
They do. They sell BNF packages, which is
Yeah.
fine and fly. And a lot of those are going to be okay. But if you're looking for something to build yourself, normally you can tune one that you built yourself a lot better than you can a
Mhm.
bind and fly version. You only get what you get out of bind and fly. Like it comes. It's like DJI. You pull it out of the box, you get what you get until the next upgrade comes for DJI. And that's kind of the issue where you run into with BNF. Now, I'm not saying you can't change the motors and change some software and do some things, but you're still going to be very limited because you didn't build the stack yourself. You didn't put the parts and components in there. I mean, you're very limited to the amount of stuff you can do. Let me bring Ron in because he's sitting here all mug faced, and I wanted him to at least finish
yeah.
the music before I brought him back in, Mr. Loud Microphone over here. All right, there. You're back. Hi.
Alrighty.
That's why.
Did I hear a girl's voice earlier? I was watching upstairs. Ron, are you
What's up?
alone?
You broke up. I'm sorry.
Are you actually alone?
Yeah, I'm about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, at this very moment, I am.
Ron is Ron. I've come to establish that with Ron. We're
Yeah,
getting.
you accept it.
Oh, I hear you. We're getting some comments in here. Drones might be at the point like cell phones where they got to keep pumping a new phone. Oh, no, and I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. I feel like in the drone community, we've got to that point. Like, you have to offer us more. We're just not going to be interested. You can't keep giving me the same thing, though, and expect me to be wowed. Like, there has to be innovation. Otherwise, the wow factor disappears. I do like to fly. I fly for fun. That's what we do. You were talking about that, Jose. What happened to just flying? I do love just flying, right? I love to go out and just take cinematic footage and have fun. But the audience isn't there like it used to be. People aren't really watching those videos like they used to. You know, everybody's seen drone footage now. The wow factor for drone footage is gone unless you're doing.
My lovely wife just told me of almost 50 years. But all that stuff looks alike.
Right.
It's all the same stuff.
Mhm.
Everybody, especially down where you live, you and your buddies, you basically go to the same places to fly.
Yep.
I don't know. My unique 4K did very, very well by my house.
Your microphone sucks.
Well, I'm driving too.
Oh my gosh.
I got a friend who's a storm chaser.
Mhm.
So he photographs tornadoes and stuff like that.
That's
And
awesome.
he just got an Evo 2, the 6K, and he waited forever for it. And he's been flying it. He never flew anything before.
Right.
And he's managed to get it up and get it up. Didn't mean to say that. Yeah, gonna be demonetized in about 2 seconds here.
I don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, so he did get it flying, and he's been playing with it. He's in Kansas area right now, trying to put it to work. I told him, just be careful, man. That's a lot of money.
Sure.
To be chasing tornadoes and shit.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, and the thing is, he's after photographs.
Right.
And the only advantage is not because he's enjoying flying. That's not even no reason for that drone to be purchased.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted to get photographs from a different perspective.
Sure.
And to me, that's good enough. But
right.
I like to go to the bottom of my street when everybody's out of there. It's just a dead end road with a nice parking lot, and just fly. I take the little camera right out of my cheap toy drones because they're shit anyway.
All right.
They're crap. So I take them off. I can still lock onto the app, and I fly these old what is it? JRC? Yeah,
Yeah.
20 SW, 20 S20W, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And they're fun. I mean,
they are. They are, but for I got Steven Drones. I posted this comment up here. I popped it up and I pinned it because I want to make this clear. I do fly for fun, you guys. I do fly for fun. There's no doubt. Guys, my YouTube channel makes like $150, and that just goes back into the hobby. It's not like I'm YouTube baller status, man, because I'm making a tiny paycheck from YouTube. The reality is, if I wanted to grow, it's not really hard. All you have to do is stock up to any company that's out there and just keep saying their products are good, and you'll grow.
I've been lucky. Very well. I think you follow my stats. I've been lucky. I'm up to 33,000.
I know. It's crazy.
So I'm doing okay. I don't worry about making that $100 a month anymore. Somebody had the balls to tell me, well, like you always say, Dan, you're always honest. Somebody told me if I just lied about shit, I would get a lot more views.
Yeah.
I said, are you fucking crazy? Excuse
me.
Are you out of your mind? What the hell is wrong with your head? And so also I got told, what was it, that if I kept because I do tutorials, I do, technical. My channel is for tech, photography and printers, like that. And I have one drone playlist. If you happen to be bored one day, have a look at some of the things I've been doing. And I'm very restricted. I'm in the DC area. There's no place to fly. No place to fly at all. I got to stay below tree level. And so not get in trouble. But he said, some dickhead said, if I just do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or ABCD, take 2 minutes to do it, then I would get more comments and I would get more exposure. And I'm thinking, you dumbass, this is an educational channel. I don't want you to fucking ask me questions.
Right. Well, yeah.
That's the point is to teach you something. So when you leave, you learned it. That's it. You have no more questions. Come back next week for the next video. You know what I mean? So
Right.
people just have the wrong idea about how you go about growing.
Right.
Some channels exploit that, and they do grow.
Sure.
It happens in the drone community. There's a lot of
It
shit channels out there about drones that I don't
grow.
follow at all.
They grow
At
for the
all.
wrong
They have
reasons.
big names too.
Yep. They grow because
Yeah.
they use clickbait. They grow because they write the hype train. These are all things I don't like to do.
We just love our boy from New York, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm having a blast with him right now. Yeah. He's toxic to the hobby, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of
And I
that
don't
guy.
care what color he is. I don't care where he comes from.
It has nothing to do with any of that. It just
Not
has
how
to
you
do with
do things, man.
toxic. You're toxic
That
for
is
the
not
hobby.
how you do things.
But I've always set forth to be like, look, I want to go against the grain. I want to go against the grain. I don't want to be like everybody else. Yeah, I'm going to grow slower. That's going to happen. I'm going to grow slower because I'm honest. And when you're honest, you grow slower. It
Yeah.
just doesn't. There's no niche for the people like me that have no filter and are blunt. People take you at face value and they go, "Oh, this guy's too much. I can't do this." I mean, that's self-evident. I have almost 11,000 subscribers, and if I'm lucky, I get 250 views per video.
You just had. Remember, you had a period where you were not moving into that
Well,
10,000. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, it's that
You
stagnant.
were gaining and losing, and not moving. And all of a sudden you did, and now you're 11,000. Shit,
right. But if it's like, if you're going to be honest, you have to understand that when you do that, the companies don't want to work with you. They don't want to send you products because they're afraid that you're going to go, this thing is a joke. It sucks. It's horrible. They would rather have the guy that goes, well, it's okay. I'll post the link in case anybody wants to buy it. And he didn't tell you it sucked, and he didn't say it was great either, but he still gave the link to buy it, and it was good enough to want to send him more stuff.
I get that. I get that. I get companies, there is one company that deals with spectrophotometry, which is one of these or one of these. Basically, they're used to read color.
Right.
On displays. They calibrate displays for you so that everything you see is extremely accurate.
Right.
So there's other competitors out there that just cannot. It's just like DJI and the rest of the companies. They just cannot compete with DJI. DJI is the industry standard for drone for not super commercial American made $40,000, $100,000 drones, but you know what I mean. So I get offers, I get emails from them asking me to review products. I just don't want to do it because if I'm honest, they're not going to like what I have to say. So I just avoid that. Yes, I'm going to lose money. Yes, I'm going to probably lose keeping, $1,000 product, but I just can't lie. I'm not going to lie to get views,
And that's where I'm at. People always think that I'm begging for growth and views, and I'm really not. I don't. I mean,
oh my God,
care.
Sean Ide Studios, dude! I've been watching your stuff forever.
What's up,
man? See that? I'm starstruck. Sorry, Dan. I see you all the time.
All good, man.
All right.
So chime in on what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, let's have it. What's your thoughts and opinions on the innovation in the drone market right now?
Can Jose be my grandpa?
I think innovation. I like the autonomous flight that's happening, but I struggle with the drone police and the autonomous, and like you have to be in full control, but yet my drone is chasing me all around the park. I struggle with. So I'm a software developer, and like by trade, and you always have something in your back pocket that you want to kind of hold on to market.
Sure.
And I think a lot of the drone companies, like a good example would be when the Karma came out. Like the Karma came out, and I was like about to just throw my money at it. And then the next day, the DJI Mavic Pro came out. Like the next day,
right?
Literally. And then so I canceled my Karma and moved over to DJI, and it was like, whoa, that just came out. But then I've also I've been doing this for a while, 3 years now, and the what's interesting to me is like the fanboys of like a specific company that will like just troll my videos and make fun of the things that I say,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Parrot is a good example. Like I've had a Parrot, like AR drone from Parrot was my first drone, and then I had Parrot Bebop, and then a Bebop 2, and then I had a Unique Typhoon H Plus, or a Unique Typhoon H originally. And so everybody's like making fun of my big controller on my Unique Typhoon, and then DJI comes out with a big fat controller with a tablet in it, and they're like, "Whoa, that's the best thing on the planet," and I'm like, "Well, Unique did that 3 years ago," or
Right.
like when the Parrot Bebop, it has that 180 degree lens on the front of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then people are like, well, I want to put 360-degree cameras on my drones. I'm like, well, Parrot did that like
Yeah.
years ago.
Years ago.
And everybody's making fun of like digital
Stabilization.
And I'm
Yep.
like, well, Parrot did that years ago.
Yep.
Like the reason I bought a Parrot Bebop was because there was this English guy he had a GoPro pointing at the side of his drone, and then he showed the same footage coming out of his drone, and that Parrot Bebop was just fighting the wind, just bouncing around, but the footage was stable. And when I
Yep.
saw that video, I was like, dude,
Gotta have one.
yeah.
It is.
Put-
To be honest with you, it's still. I think people gave the Bebop a lot less credit than it deserved. First of all, I feel like they are the reason that we have some of the sensors that we have today. They were the first company putting sonic sensors on things, putting sonar sensors, optical flow sensors. They were way ahead of the game. And I still think that the tech, I don't think people understand the tech at all when it comes to Bebop. They call it a toy, and I'm like, are you serious? Do you know how much actual computer crunching is happening inside here for this Linux stabilization to happen the way it does? People just don't get it. You can't explain that to someone who just doesn't get it.
And when they call it a toy, they smirk.
Right.
I just saw your good friend Ken and a guest of his do that. Not Aaron.
Oh, Adobe.
The one that drinks new brews every Wednesday.
Adobe, yeah. We don't always see eye to eye.
And the thing is, you know what I would love to do? Just show somebody a video.
Mm-hmm.
A nice, rendered at the highest bit rate you could push out of that editor, and just have them sit down in front of my 4K TV and
tell me the difference.
And they then have them ask me what DJI product I shot that with.
Right.
Because that's what they'll assume. Even the Bebop 2.
Sure.
1080p. Yeah.
Color schemed correctly and gone through. And take the softness out of the shots.
I have flown in wind that almost destroyed that goddamn thing.
Yep.
And
I know.
Yeah.
Now, if you uncheck horizon lock, and you're flying on nice weather, you can actually get that beautiful panning action that you can either turn on or off, and there's nothing mechanical about it. The only thing you could do is smash that lens into something.
Yeah.
And I've been putting 52 millimeter filters on a GoPro filter holders. You take that little ring that says Bebop 2 out, and it slips right into the housing. And you can lift it by that. Of course, you don't have the complete range anymore because the outer ring will get in the way. But you'll smash the filter, and that's what, $20 instead of $100. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do that on mine.
I guess I've always given Parrot the leniency that they deserve because, as far as I'm concerned, man, they've always been a leader in the industry. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think DJI just took ideas that other people offered, and then they found ways to make them a little better. But as far as stabilization goes, I have never seen stabilization as good as what Bebop has been able to produce. All these people that are running these Insta 360 cameras and these Insta 360R cameras, that's all cool and stuff. That's all neat. Yeah. But now imagine being able to zoom inside of a 14 megapixel shot with a 1080 window and making your bird fly forward while it's at a pitch angle and being able to look left while doing it without having the third-party axial gimbal. You're not doing those things with the stabilization or the 360. Oh, I could do it in software. I could do it in firmware. But it does it automatically on the fly while you're doing it. That's a lot of processing.
If you fly with a big controller, you can actually look left and right and look up 45
digital head
full
tracking. Too.
circle. Yeah.
Yep. It's
So-
I mean, it does. I don't think people really understand Parrot.
I
man.
get asked all the time about, Jose, what would be the perfect, fine art photo printer? Well, what would be the perfect drone? Like $2,000 drone. What would we demand it had? You spoke about autonomous features, super accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be something I would love to have if I know where I'm going to go, if I know how to perform this particular shot, and I don't want to have to shoot it 4 or 5 different takes just to get it right. I
Mhm.
want it to be one continuous tone. I don't want any, from point A to point B and then stop and then rotate. No, the Bebop 2 can do this.
Yeah.
That camera, you can adjust the camera along with your angle as you're performing your waypoint mission. Can you do that with others? I mean, I'm ignorant. I really don't know.
It can be done with 3-axis gimbals.
Can you do it in 5 minutes though and plot
Oh
that?
no.
Take
That's why
off and fly?
I take that back. I take that back. The 3DR Solo had the capability to do it with.
We're not talking about that's
Right.
not DJI.
Well, no,
not
I get
bringing-
that. That's
You know,
open source anyway. So
on something that's $250 now.
yeah, no, it's not
Come
happening.
on, man.
I know. I got where you're coming from. Rick Caliber, I'm glad you're healthy and you're home, buddy. I think you're home now. I'm pretty sure you're home. Rick has been very sick lately and has just been out of it. So we're good. We're happy to see Rick here, man. Rick is hopefully feeling much better and he's out of the hospital now and he's doing better. If you guys aren't subscribed to Rick, make sure you guys get over there and subscribe to Rick. He is awesome.
Yeah, Rick's awesome. So you guys are saying like the perfect drone. The drone that I've been asking for years is a 360-degree drone. So like we keep throwing 360 cameras on a drone. We talked about the Parrot, how you can use one lens and you can look around. What I would like to see is there was a picture. You guys heard of 360 Fly?
Yes.
The cameras are okay, but
Mhm.
like if you look straight through the middle of it, it looks awesome, but then it kind of goes off when you look away. But what I liked about that, I have a video on my channel where I took the original DJI Mavic Pro and I put a 360 Fly on top and a 360 Fly on bottom, and it barely got off the ground. But they had a picture of like a prototype that kind of looked like a black Phantom without the legs, and it had a 360 Fly camera sticking out of the top and a 360 Fly camera sticking out of the bottom. And I would love to do exactly what you're talking about with being able to look around, but have a 360 video that if I did look at the right spot while I was flying, that in post I could look somewhere else. That's what I want. I want something that I could video everything that's going on with the quality of, like a 1-inch sensor with like the beautiful footage out of the Evo 2 that I've been playing with, like crispy footage with high bit rate. But what I love about filming with a 360 camera is if something moves over there, I can go look at it later. As opposed to, well, crap, my drone's pointing in the wrong direction. And then what I like about the Yuneec Typhoons is that I can fly in one direction and I can point my camera in a different direction. That's what I love about those drones.
Right.
Mixed with flight plan on the Parrot. And then I can switch in FPV mode when I want to. That's all I want.
Yeah. Is it just me? Jose, is he doing that for you too, where he's cutting, like kind of dropping out for a second, coming back in? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's your Wi-Fi feed. It happens every like 2 minutes, I think. You kind of drop and then your signal has to catch up to what's happening. We lose a little bit of it when that happens.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was making sure it wasn't just me or my end or what was happening there. So that sounds interesting, man. This is the type of innovation I'm talking about, man. I feel like we have all these great ideas as drone pilots and know what we want. And and we can't get those specifics out to the companies enough for them to care to listen. See, that's where my frustration is. A lot of these companies just barely listen to. They listen to the small stuff that we have gripes about. They don't really try to fit what we're looking for as a whole. You know, that frustrates me, and I get why they do it, because they want to keep releasing drones in increments to you, so you have to keep spending money as opposed to just giving you what you want. I get it. But I feel like drones have hit this stagnant wall right now. They're just not moving forward. It's just cameras getting better. It's the same. I don't know, man. I think the Skydio 2 was supposed to be a lot better than it really ended up being. I would also like to see drones be able to fly faster than 50 miles an hour in active track modes. I mean, come on. If I'm riding a dirt bike, I don't want to go 50 miles an hour. I want to go 80, and I want the thing to be able to track me while I do it. You know what I'm saying? This is how I hit stunts. This is how I hit jumps. I feel like there's so much room to play here with stuff that they just haven't even dabbled in any of the complicated stuff yet. We're still stuck on this simple camera thing. I think it's time to get out of that phase and start producing drones that have way more capabilities than they currently have right now. I get it. You're going to burn battery life making a drone fly 80 miles an hour. But you know what? The Solo could do it. So why? That was 2015 tech. It flew at 92 miles an hour top speed. That's freaking crazy zooming. You know, why can't drones do it now? What has happened? Where did that tech go? What was it better back then and now it's not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we've almost taken a step slightly backwards just to make cameras better. We're losing features to cameras. I don't get that. I don't understand why that backward step has been taken.
Well, you know, the Skydio 2 was basically aimed at, you know, the sports guy out there doing skiing and things like that. It wasn't really for us. I mean, it was impressive. It was impressive, but
that's what the Solo was aimed at. GoPro users, people that were already doing action camera stuff. I mean, you slap your action camera in there and you go surfing, and the Solo follows you. Or you go down a mountain and it follows you.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I said they're almost kind of in the same wagon there, man. It's just, I don't know.
But you know, this is marketing, so they're not gonna have a universal dual machine, flying machine. How many models does DJI currently have right now? I have no idea.
I'll tell you, man.
Do they all fly? Yes, they do. Wait. Do they take video? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Photos? Yep. Do they yaw to the left and to the right? Yep. Do they have 4 propellers? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? The Mavic 2 Air, right? That's selling like hotcakes. It's got problems.
A lot.
It's got problems. The Mavic 3 is not going to come out. Why? Why should they put the Mavic 3 out? What's it going to have? What's it going to offer?
They might release
4K
it,
60 or 4K 120. Again,
right.
You're dealing with camera features instead of something pertaining to the actual act of flying.
Yeah. You see, and that's where they lose me, is that I'm a hobbyist. I don't give a damn about having a 4K camera. I want features, not camera abilities. I could care less. What happened? Why did it all just start catering to the commercial side? When did that happen? Because I'm not interested in the commercial side of it. I don't care. Like, there's a massive group of people that do not, like, I think there's more hobbyists than there are 107 pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we focusing all our time and energy on really, really good cameras when there's such a massive audience of hobbyists that would love to see more features than camera ability? Yeah. I get that's confusing to me. Now, you, on the other hand, Sean, you want a difference. You want that camera stuff, but you're also a 107. Am I wrong?
Getting there.
Are you almost there? You're committing, though. You've committed.
Yeah, I'm going through the classes.
Gotcha.
I've been going through the classes for about 2 years now.
That's what I keep telling myself. I studied for like 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel any of this.
Yeah, I'll put it down for a couple months, and then all the rules will change, and I'm like, crap, I got to start over with the first video. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. But, I don't know, man.
Well, you know, there's going to be a lot of more applications, I guess, commercially. So that's where it's heading to. You know, that's why Parrot gave up on
straight commercial marketer now.
Yeah, and I don't know what is so commercial about the Anafi anyway. I don't know.
Well, they're dropping what I would consider an enterprise version of it from DJI at this point. They're putting a really crazy camera system on the. It's not. I don't even think it's a new Anafi. I think it's the same in Nafi, just with updated firmware and a better camera system.
I have like, it's not the highest, 150K, internet, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even view, if I do 4K video on it,
Mm-hmm.
my player won't even, on my TV, I got to throttle it back. My YouTube, I got to bring it back to 1080p so I don't get any skips or anything like that.
This is why I said
I have to literally render a 300, what is it?
Bits.
Yeah, whatever. I'm tired. And it produces a huge ass file for 10 lousy minutes, and you upload it to YouTube, and YouTube just crunches it down to nothing. It looks like crap. It looks pixelated. I mean, there's a lot of compression artifacts. What's the point? So what I've been doing is this: I've been putting it on a SD drive and plugging it to my TV's USB port, and I view my stuff like that instead of viewing it in YouTube. I hope people are just viewing it on their phone. In other words, because it gets degraded so bad.
It does. They crap all over the quality on YouTube. YouTube really makes sure that they crap all over the quality. I don't know if you've ever uploaded a video and then re-downloaded it from YouTube. It is definitely not the same file that went up. The file that went up was 4.5 gigabytes. The file that I got back was 274 megabytes.
I did that.
It's like
remember the Copa?
Yeah.
This past Christmas, I went through everything I had, and I said, "Oh shit, this is me playing with my boy." Let me download that and delete it. And yeah, you're right. It looks like crap. Yeah. It looks horrible.
Compress the crap out of it. That's why I say
I don't see the point anymore, unless there's. I mean, occasionally I found that if I shoot with that at 2.7, my computer can handle it, no problems at all, and I then render at the highest possible quality, the highest depth as they call it, and also the millibit or per second quality. And yeah, it gets crunched a little bit at the YouTube level, but it looks good. It looks okay,
Minister Memes with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend.
Nice.
Lon, let's put this to rest right now, because I know that you love to squarrel in the comment section of everybody's community tab. So we're gonna put this to rest right now. Okay, you can upload an 8K now. Do any of you have an 8K capable device at your house?
Nope.
You got an 8K TV? You got an 8K TV? Either of you?
I've got a 5K.
5K.
That's as high as I can go.
The most that we go is what? 4K? I think I have one 4K capable device in my house, and that's it. It's not even my TV, it's my PC. How many people are actually going to sit here and watch or render in 8K, 6K, or anything above 4K to actually care enough? Most of us are watching it on our computer screen, maybe a TV or a cell phone screen. At that point, 1080 at 30, 1080 at 60, YouTube's your best friend. They don't want you uploading in those high formats because it just uses tons and tons of bandwidth for no reason, which is why they compress those files so tiny. So stop uploading those big videos, and YouTube will stop compressing them so much on us because they're trying to save bandwidth. Do us a favor, 4K people, and stop uploading 4K videos. Thank you. Love you.
Yep. How many of you have a 4K display? I don't. So anything 4K is going to be brought back to 1080p.
Yeah.
Brought back down, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Like YouTube, if you go into their guidelines, they specifically say this is what we prefer you to upload in.
Yeah.
1080 at 30 or 60, 60 being the highest. That is their preference. That is where they will actually help your videos grow and push you into a trending category if you follow the guidelines that YouTube sets down. So if you're uploading in 4K, well, okay. You better have really good content and a good following for people to keep pushing forward.
The viewer,
if I started doing that,
yeah, the viewer better really have some good, fast internet.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's going to be not a good experience. That was ticking me off big time, man. Just recently, I started to realize, oh my God, there's no point in doing this anymore.
There's not.
Yeah. So I stopped shooting with the 4K and I started shooting with the VBOP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1080 at 30. It's fine.
It's just as good.
Works great. That's, I mean, you know, especially if you're just doing vlogging or simple stuff, there's really no point, man. Unless the only reason I would say shooting in those formats is if you are doing commercial work. But I don't see YouTube as being commercial work. If you're buying those drones for a commercial purpose, then that makes sense. But if you're just uploading to YouTube, stop uploading in 4K or 2.7K, 1080 at 30 or 60. Do yourself a favor and save yourself some time rendering. If you're just putting it on YouTube, save yourself some time. You know,
our friend who does real estate videography, you know who we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
Works for DroneWorks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's out doing this, and he's talking about, and I like him. I watch him every week. He's talking about professional quality. Now, what exactly is that? You know, what exactly is that? Since the professional quality, no, the person whose property is being photographed basically owns a nice trailer, a nice mobile home. Now, when did 1080p become not good enough or non-professional? Because they're talking about that only a DJI product, and I'm not going to bash. Yeah, I wish I could afford them. I would have a whole truckload of those, you know, of everyone they have, you know. But no, I don't see the point. So at what point do you say, well, this is incapable of professional video? Oh shit, let me show you some of my video.
Believe it or not, it is.
Agree with that. You know, but I mean, you know, they'll
Right.
call that a toy rather than something that's capable of producing professional video.
Doesn't that have 20
I've seen some of
20
the professional video.
20 megapixel or better, right? That's 20
21.
megapixel or better
Yeah.
with zoom, yes?
Yeah, because the 4K crop
Mm-hmm.
is a lot smaller than what you could actually, you know, in other words, it doesn't really use the 21 megapixel. So
Right.
you can digitally zoom without a single bit of loss of quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I amazed myself. I thought, bullshit, this is not going to be, it's digital zooming. It's not real. It's not optical zooming where you get lens elements moving. No.
Right.
And you look at it and you pixel peep that video, and damn, it looks great. Even zoomed all the way out, you know.
That's the difference. Lots and lots of
What the hell?
pixels, man. They help with digital zoom.
I don't know. I'm always for the like the underdog with
I
everything.
I think I am too, man. I think there's I almost like what the underdog always has to offer versus what's really being offered out there.
I take something that's considered incapable of competing, and I squeeze every ounce of quality out of it. And people go, "Are you shitting me? Is that really done with that?" I
Yo.
said, yep.
Drone X Faker with a $2 super chat, bro.
Oh,
This guy just came out of the woodwork.
glad to see him here.
I'll tell you what. I will say hi, Xavier. That
Join
doesn't
us.
mean you're going to get
Join
much
the
love.
honest,
Side
yeah,
of
join the honest team here.
things. You're
Yeah.
welcome to stay in the comment section, but there's no guarantees on anything.
My friend, I'm going to hit the sack because I got to get up early tomorrow.
You got it, Jose.
I'm retired, but man, I get no rest at all.
I feel you.
All right, my friend.
Thank you for popping in, Jose. It's
Yep.
good to have you.
Bye bye.
See
All
you.
Good night,
right.
Jose.
Oh, Mike, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Not much, dude. Hell yeah, we're just talking innovation in the drone market. Sean has popped in here, and he has definitely been sharing his ideals of the perfect drone that he thinks would fit his needs. And I think everybody has one of those drones in mind. I think everybody's able to literally sit there and come up with a perfect software or something they've touched already in the past that worked great that they would love to implement to their own home-built system to make the perfected drone of their dreams. You know, look at Williams in here dropping dollars on me. He's making it rain in the comment section right now.
He's rich.
That's awesome.
He's making
Ballin'.
them big bucks, man.
Oh, Dad Random with a $10 super chat. Look at this guy. Chris just came out of the woodwork on me. Jeez, actually, you know, I kind of want him to pop in. Dad, you should pop in here, man. I know that you have something that you would like to be a part of here. This is your type of discussion. You like Parrot products too.
I'd like to see how he's doing on his bar, too. I haven't seen a video lately about it. Been about
What's
a
that?
week. He's building a bar at his house. He took an old shed and he's converted it over to a nice little bar setup.
Is he?
Yeah, about 10, 15 people could hang out
That's
in there.
great. He was talking about that. I forgot about that. Heck yeah, man. Oh boy, John Saunders. I haven't seen you in a while either, man. Motorcycle's been a long time. Still haven't grown lips. Oh boy.
Bring Xavier in here too. Have
What's
a little discussion with him.
Yeah, hey, listen, he's more than welcome to pop up on panel. I don't hide from anybody, man. You know where I'm at. I ain't hard to find, dude.
No
I
doubt.
posted the link. I don't hide from anybody. There it is again. Just be ready because I'm blunt. Sean's learning over time. He's been watching me a while now. He knows I don't hold back. I got something to say. I say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch that.
I feel you, man. That's what BTDRD finally made that decision too, I think. Dad Random. Chris, come on in here, man. Heat stroke 107 degrees, building bar cabinets and steel stud. Good times. Is William still dropping that stripper money on me, man? William, you keep this up, dude. I'm losing the shirt here in a minute, bro. You get to see the milk duds. Keep going, buddy.
I'm gonna let William adopt me before too long.
I'm poking already. I'm excited.
Oh, look at this. He is. He's peeking, man. Look at those ample peaks above. This
He's got
guy.
the AC cranked
They're
up.
peaked all the time.
I used to have that issue, man. Oh, gosh.
Nacho Rolling watches my videos all the time, and he always comments on my high beams.
On your high beam?
Every video, he's like, "Saw your nipples."
Taking the twins for a walk.
Did you like the drone footage? Like, is that all you're watching me for? Is my beard and my nipples? Yeah.
William needs to calm down. He's literally going off in the comment section here, man. He's having too much fun over here. The drone world is a little slow. No, I agree. Come on, Chris. You're not allowed to just say that and not be part of this. Get in here, man.
No doubt.
Pete.
Get in here, Chris.
Yeah, that's unfair. Even if you're only in here for like 5 minutes and you tell us your drone of your dreams, at least come in here and tell us your dream-built drone. Oh my gosh, throw it back, Shouty. Look at it. William is having too much stupid fun, man. He is, yeah. I'll shake it for you one of these nights, man. We'll have a little private chat on. I got you, bro. You promised him. Got to follow through now. I'm telling you, I did. He can have it all, bro. I warn you, things hang a little lower than they used to since surgery, so you're gonna have to probably get over that. But I got you.
Or under.
Lon is not letting this go. The amount of drones released does not mean anything if they're not innovating in my mind. Your version of innovation and my version of innovation are two very different things, Lon. We've had this discussion numerous times, buddy. Numerous times. I don't see the Mavic Mini as being really that innovative when I know our military is producing Dragonfly and Bumblebee-sized drones that are supposed to wow us, because that would wow me. A Mavic Mini at 249 grams does not wow me in the slightest. It's cool.
So, let me ask you something.
Yes.
So, as a hobbyist with FPV drones, like you've got all these components that you can build whatever the heck you want, right? What if there was like a drone like the Insta360 where it's modular, you can get a 1-inch sensor or a GoPro or a 360 camera. What if they did that with a drone?
So we were actually discussing that the other day, man. I would love to see something like that offered. We actually just talked about this. What was it? Like not even a week ago, Mike, we talked about this. By the way, thank you, Rick, for the $10, brother. You're awesome. We did just talk about this. I would love to see. I think what kicked off the idea was the Insta360 Go weighs 19 grams, right? And I was thinking, like, man, how cool would it be if we were to just take a large-scale drone and integrate this camera into the software and be able to use it? You know what I'm saying? That's what I've kind of been working on with the 3DR Solo, is taking a lot of these GoPros and off-brand cameras and seeing if I can integrate their abilities into RGCopter or better. Because if I can do that, then I can start doing exactly what you're discussing with 360 software. And that's kind of where I'm heading down this road right now. So maybe I'll be the first one to commit to something like that and then offer the idea to a company and they'll take it and run with it. I have no idea. But that has been on my mind for a little while. I like the idea, Sean. Definitely.
Have you seen the Stan FPV drones?
Stan FPV drones. I have not.
I think the guy's Stan FPV. He's got like, so he makes custom frames for,
Okay.
For like, you know, you can put your own batteries and motors and stuff on them. But he's got one for the GoPro Max and he's got one for the Insta360. And so instead of the aerial kit that Insta360 came out that I still can't get to work right, yeah, check out his. Let's keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. I don't know what it's called.
I'm getting into flight controllers now and frames.
No, what does he call it? Is there like a? Let me find it.
There's a products tab, all products. Wow, that's kind of where we're at right now. Let's do browse by. What were you thinking? Oh wow, this is a huge category. Are we doing 360? Let's see if they have anything in the 360 range.
Yeah.
Your audio's down on my end there a little bit, Sean.
Yeah, he's been like that since he popped in.
Check. Is that better?
You just sound a little low.
Let me pull it in.
See what he's got for custom
So
drone.
Cinebird.
Okay, Cinebird.
Yeah.
All right.
It came up right away on my screen. Like it's
That's a Cinna right there, carbon. Let's see what else we got. That is also a Cinna. Acrobat V1. It's legit, just called the Cinebird.
There's a Cinebird is there a search on his site? Yeah, search up at the top and go to like 1R.
1R?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all Cinebird, CINE-BIRD.
Oh boy. All right, let me see. I'll stop sharing for a second until I get this honed in. That way you guys can communicate and see a face. All right, so 1R. Man, I'm just not finding any results for this thing. Do you have it up on your screen?
Yeah, let me share.
Feel free to share. All right. Should be up now.
That's what she said. Oh, sorry.
I caught that.
So check that.
That is actually kind of crazy looking. I'm going to be honest with you.
So, so he's put everything in the stitch line. So he's got the battery in the stitch. He's got the camera in the stitch. I don't know how good the props are, but the videos that he's showing on his page are really cool. And here he's got the DJI. I forget what it's called. The FPV kit.
Yeah.
Where it's got so he can fly.
720 and 1080.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he's got one for the GoPro.
Thanks for popping in, Recovery Drone. Awesome, brother. Oh, did Minister leave too?
Yeah, I think he had.
William Bale? Okay. For charity, of course. William's funny, man.
Yeah. Here's another version of it.
Shit, that thing looks crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty well built. I'm wondering how it flies though. It's on top and bottom, yes? That's what you said?
Well, yeah, it's 360.
That's got to be a bent image. Are you stitching that together when you're done then? Or is it stitching it automatically in the software?
Yeah, the camera stitches it by itself.
Okay.
Well, the Insta360 Studio stitches it.
Okay. All right. That makes a little more sense.
Yep, it comes in as two domes. That's the issue that I'm having with the aerial kit is It's so I've got it for the DJI Mavic Pro because that version doesn't mess up the GPS signal.
Right.
And when you plug everything in, the top camera is a little angled a little bit differently than the bottom camera. So the Horizon stitch is just messed up. Whereas if you had one camera that, it's built to stitch correctly, I think it would work a lot better.
Gotcha. It still is a very unique concept. I love concepts that end up becoming better over time. So hopefully they keep up with this idea. Does he have footage of this thing actually flying?
Yeah, he does. I'm gonna stop sharing, and then
Okay,
I'll find it, and then I'll share again.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of 360 just because I don't like how it bends the image.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of that bent look, but I will as long as I can make out stuff in the background. Like if I can see cities and towns and streets and be comfortable, and it's not like a horrifically bent image, I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's got to be done right.
I mean, I see enough of that when I fly FPV, bro. That bent, like
Right.
super exploded view is just wild.
You can unbend it.
Oh, I'm sure in the software, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just become then a flat image instead of rolling it over like half a sphere put together?
So what I do is, like in Final Cut Pro, I can put it in Tiny Planet mode, but then I can zoom out from the Tiny Planet and make it flat. So then I can kind of look around the sphere as much as I want to. But if you're going to use a 360-degree camera, you might as well use it for what it's for. So I go in and out of flat to planet mode. And all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I might as well just put a camera on my drone.
Right.
Like, I'd be better off with a better camera, but
sure.
yeah.
Mike, how you doing, man? I meant to ask you. You just popped in, and I really haven't chatted with you much. How you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm a doing, man.
I'm a doing.
Yeah. I had to go stick an air conditioner in the window over here. Just my tenant's house tonight. His AC quit on him, so I had to get him some AC in there. So I've been busy most of the night with that.
All right, now hold up. Is this is his footage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, only play about 15 to 30 seconds of it, and I need you to commentary while you do it. You need to at least talk about what's happening. Otherwise, big room for trouble.
Okay. So this is footage from Stan FPV. This is a 360 camera on a Cinewoop. Nope, this is not. This is actually a Cinewoop. Oh, wait.
Okay.
No, I still think this might be fake. Nope, I think it is a Cinewoop. Scratch that.
Okay.
Stand by.
Yes, we've had to learn about all this copyright and intellectual property stuff. It's been fun. You're allowed to use it as long as you're doing commentary and talking about the video.
I did mute it.
I'm thankful for that. Yeah, that always ends bad with somebody else's copyrighted music.
Yep.
Oh, let me take that back. I had to go to YouTube Copyright University.
Oh, did you? They sent you to traffic school?
They sent me to traffic school after BTDR's nose picking incident. Yeah, it's all of like a 5-minute segment you have to watch. It's funny. It's definitely amusing. I learned a little bit from it, but not that I cared. It's still going to be me.
Nice.
Fair use 101. There you go, Lon. Oh, gentlemen, I will be right back. I have to use the restroom. I apologize.
No.
Yeah, I have to, man. Diuretics. Bro.
Just get you a bucket and sit right there.
Sit right there and just go.
There you
go. I can't do that, man. Entertain the people. I will be back. Give me a minute.
We'll do what we can, man.
All right. Yeah. Tell fat guy jokes while I'm not here. It's okay to do that. Offend people. I won't be upset. Offend away, gentlemen.
All right. Sean, just in case you don't know it, I'm Mike B, a.k.a. the Drone Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always pick some kind of weird, screwy name when I come in here.
Nice. So how are you doing?
No, I'm doing okay, man. I haven't had a chance to catch your stream lately, but I don't know, man. I've been running around like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, man.
Oh, wow. How you been doing with all this COVID going on?
Yeah, dealing with that crap too. But, you know, I don't know, man. You just got to get on with life, and it's...
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, what was that? You just got, what, the Mavic Air 2? What was the latest bird you just got or something?
So since this virus has been going on, all the production has stopped. So I ordered, like, January and February is where I kind of invested in my channel for the whole year. And so I bought all these drones that were announced at the beginning of the year, and I'm just now getting them all. So they all showed up within a couple weeks of each other. So I got the DJI Mavic Air 2. And
yeah, okay. The Evo 2.
Pro.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I caught a little bit of your
telemetry in the app, but I had telemetry on the remote control, so I was kind of okay with that. I had a decent video signal, but then I went to the exact same place and flew today, and I got telemetry finally. So there's like a specific order you have to turn the remote on and plug your phone in and turn the drone on, which is so weird. But so I got the telemetry, but all of a sudden my video cut out. And then there's a guy, I forget his name, but he's going to be on my channel on my live stream coming up. And he flies in Hawaii, and he has the Autel 2, and he's had some issues as well. So I'm not too confident in the app, but the drone flies great and the footage is awesome. But
how you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm not too confident in the app yet.
I can. Can you hear Sean?
What's up?
I can hear him.
Okay. All right.
Can you hear me now?
The telemetry.
I can hear you. I can hear you guys.
Do you like this? I like it. Do you like it? A little ASMR for you guys.
Anybody know what that is? Anybody?
ASMR.
No?
Is that
man, it's so dark. How about that?
Is that Vegemite?
Like chili or something.
That is straight up coffee.
I feel like I'm in a bad dream.
Oh.
I don't drink coffee.
Turn my mic down.
Instant coffee, you're just going to down
there
it?
you go.
Just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You better drink some water with that. It's going to get stuck in your throat.
It's got to be nasty.
I used to eat
chocolate-covered
coffee beans. And I would
Same principle,
eat,
just without the chocolate.
Whole jar.
I will seriously sit there and eat a whole can of Folgers. It's so good.
No, Sean, on the
there we go.
Evo, the original Evo on the app, you had to tap the top of the screen or something to bring down another bar, which would show you signal strength and I think some more telemetry or whatnot. So I don't know. I haven't updated my app to the new one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the same with that, but you might have to tap on the top bar or drag it down to bring the telemetry into it.
Yeah. I've pushed all the settings, all the buttons, I had to turn my phone on, then I had to plug it in, and then I had to turn the remote on, and then it worked. But my first flight, it didn't work when I just turned everything on. So
right. I've held off updating mine because I don't like the look of the new app that they have.
Yeah.
Oh well, Dad Random's got the Evo too, so
I did. It's gone.
probably answer your questions on that.
He sold it.
It's gone
Oh,
already.
did he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I don't keep. I lose attention. My attention span is very short.
He's like me. I need the next entertaining thing in my life.
No, I should have bought the 6K in the first place. That's really, I think that was kind of my big mistake. I didn't need anything. I wanted the 1-inch sensor so I could mess around with video. I've never had a camera with a 1-inch sensor, so that was the only reason. Then I wanted to fly the crap out of it. I wanted to see how far I could go with it, and I really didn't do that. I chickened out after about 3 miles. I'm like, why? I don't need to go any farther than this. This is really stupid. So
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, it is, man. I don't like.
Yeah.
I think if you can get 2 miles, that's plenty. There's
that's kind of my new attitude. I'm like, I'm 3.5 miles away, reaching 4. I've got perfect FPV. I've got 1080p stream. I think I've proven my point. And if you need to fly further than this just for fun, then, plus it's boring, you can just, stand there and you can.
It's entertaining if you speed up the video. If you take it in high res and then you speed it up, because I like to watch train go by really fast. You know what I'm saying? I love watching the terrain just shoot by. And
I love to turn the drone around in the reveal, because when I turn it around from where I fly from, I mean, it looks like, holy crap, this big, huge freaking panorama opens up. I think people like seeing that. And I like seeing that. It's kind of a cool scene. And in 4K, it looks even better.
Be careful. Paul, drone you might just have to take you out, Mr. Drone Police, if you show yourself during a long range flight.
He might recognize my watch or something. I think that was now. How about I just tell you? But I told you I got my friend Craig. He's basically my spotter. So as long as Craig has got his eyes on the freaking drone, we're in good shape, and we're in communication.
I've got a spotter too, man. The wind is a great spotter. Watch.
I got a buddy named Craig. So you've got to tell me that I don't have a friend named Craig.
Yeah. Convince me otherwise. Exactly.
He drives an ATV, and he's always out on the trail out there.
Watch. Never know.
I've never seen to fly out that far, but it's like you just want to know what your bird will do, or
what that's it.
Below. And it's just like getting the new car and finding out what your 0 to 60 is. So
yeah, that's it. I don't do that all the time. I mean, if a lot of people, I think the big misconception is that, that's the way I roll all the time. I'm always going out 12 miles and, that's just bull crap. None of us do that. That's there's a cost involved in that. I mean, say you do crash or it doesn't come back. I mean, that's a lot of money, I'm
fat. I'm not walking anywhere to get nothing. Or it has claimed a drone.
You know what it'd be like to go and to retrieve a drone from, like, say 4.5 miles from where I was flying it? You literally would have to hike 10 miles to do 4 miles. I mean, up and down and through. I mean, there's nothing straight.
We've watched you chase a few drones. I mean, that's so difficult.
You did a 1 mile walk more than a few times.
That was bad. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, though, and the weather was a lot nicer. It's 100. I mean, today was 106. So.
All right. So, Sinbird Invisible 360 drone. All right. Commentary. 30 seconds on your mark. Set. Go.
All right. So as you can see down in the bottom right, you got the FPV screen, and then this is the footage of a 360 drone in the middle of an FPV drone. So, or a 360 camera in the middle of an FPV drone. So. He can fly fine, but there's no stitch line, so he can do whatever he wants to with the footage. He can look in any direction he wants to. You can even get the same. You can get multiple views from the same footage if you look in different directions. So
that's amazing software. I have the 361R. I love that camera.
It looks
Yeah.
neat, but I feel like it would just be like a very short-lived thing, and then it would be over really quickly. Like you would get bored with it fast.
Yeah.
I think as long as you've got the playback capabilities, which I've seen several times, where you can choose your view, of whatever the flight is, you see something that you want to look at that everybody else ain't, and I think that's the cool part of the 360, but not everybody uploads in that format.
Right.
Well, basically, you're uploading as an MP4 files, and you can just basically keep changing from the INSV file. You can just keep changing it. You can, like you were saying, Sean, you can just keep, you could take the same footage and see 10 different views of it, and that's, it's fun and definitely a novelty. And the technology is not quite, right now with the new cameras, you're getting barely 1080p, because it's just such a big file at 5.8K, because that's the whole 360. So it's pretty cool though. I had the first 361, and the cameras now are just one generation better for sure.
Yeah, but like for like real estate. So hobby aside, but if you were doing like real estate and
Oh yeah,
like I was filming a ballpark today with the Evo 2 Pro, and there was shots that I wanted to point straight down and do a flyover, and then I needed to back up and then get a reveal of the ballpark, and then I wanted to come back again, and then I wanted to spiral around the ballpark. So like I had to fly my drone with my camera pointing straight ahead. I had to fly the drone over there so I could look. But if I just flew over the ballpark with a 360 camera, I can look down, I can look forward, I can look backwards, I can look sideways. I can take a 1 minute shot, and then I can get 6 minutes worth of footage out of that, just pointing the camera in post in different directions.
See, that is the one thing I always wanted the Bebop 2 to do, was make a complete video the entire time, right? Mm-hmm. Rather than just the 1080 zoom in point. I would like. What's that?
You could do it with pictures, and you can do it with time lapse.
Right, but I wanted to do that with the video footage itself without having to have that transition into 1080. Like now, I don't see why they couldn't offer that as an option. Just a full bore 180 record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be cool. Because you already have the data. You have the whole. So all you want to do is just change the frame, and be able to adjust the frame, and that's.
Or just eliminate the frame and just have it shoot all 180 at one time.
Yep.
Right, but whatever perspective you're trying to record or pick up.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I prefer the Bebop over the Bebop 2 as far as the camera goes, because the Bebop points straight forward, whereas the Bebop 2 is tilted. So when I would take 360 degree pictures, I'd take 8 pictures in a circle with the full on sphere, and then I would stitch those together and make a
panorama,
a sphere back in the day before DJI had a sphere.
Right.
But I could get the entire shot, whereas with the Bebop 2, I had to fake like, I don't know, maybe 30 degrees of the sky in Photoshop because there was always a lens flare on the top of the lens because it pointed straight forward and the sun would hit it. So they pointed the lens down a little bit. So
I don't know, man. The original Bebop was good. I feel they definitely made some increased adjustments in the Bebop too. Being someone who doesn't really take pictures with a drone, I always prefer video footage over pictures any day. I guess I never really thought about it like that. I'm not a picture person. My whole persona has been YouTube this entire time. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just never take pictures. Like, it is so rare that you'll see me take pictures. I'll normally take screenshots if I find something I like from my video feed, because I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice that. Click screenshot. But I rarely ever go up to take pictures. It's not me. It's not what I set out to do. So yeah, I guess if you shot those pictures daily, you would probably notice those things. That's good to know. I never really thought about that. I guess you had to fake the top of the curvature just because it doesn't show the whole Top end,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, which is what DJI does with all their spheres.
Hmm.
Because the cameras can't point up. That's what I loved about the Parrot Anafi that came out. You could point straight up.
Oh yeah.
Love it so much.
Gabe, it's good to see you, buddy. I see you in the comments section going crazy.
Could you stitch? I'm trying to think. You could only do I'm trying to think of from the with the Parrot Anafi. I'm trying to remember with a photograph. You could only stitch 6 pictures together. I can't remember what you could do.
You can take a sphere with the Anafi.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did do a sphere with that. You're right. I did one out in the desert. Yeah, I did a big. Yeah,
I've got one on my channel that has.
that's right.
It's on top of a business park that has this beautiful, like outdoor, amphitheater, and then on the top it's a puffy cloud day. So there's like blue
cool.
sky with clouds everywhere, and it's a full-on sphere that you can go into Kula and look at it.
That's neat.
How do you know what your lead-in point is? Let me try to explain this better. You take one picture, right, and it's bent, right? You get your bent photo. How do you know where to start the next one as the stitching actually matches?
Go halfway. So like if this is the middle of the first picture,
Mm-hmm.
then so like this is the first picture, then I'll bring it here to take the next picture, and then I'll bring it here to do the next picture. So there's always half of the picture. You've got all that data to overlap.
Okay, I guess I didn't think about the overlap. Does it look clean though, or did you have to blush it up a little bit and get rid of some blemishes? Non-bonded.
I've been doing this for about 15 years with
Okay.
DSLR cameras, so I know what I'm doing. But yeah, so and I've done it with like I've done it with 6 images, 3 layers. But like DJI does like 48 images, so
Right.
they're like and it does it fast. So like I've never been able to do it that fast manually with a drone, because when you move the drone, the whole gimbal kind of, it kind of blurs into a spot, and then it blurs into the next spot. So I don't know how they do it with the drone, but
right, because the software has to fix every tiny little ghost that's created and 48 times.
yeah,
that's amazing.
I've never gotten a perfect one out of a DJI drone. I've gotten a perfect one out of a Unique drone and a Parrot, but with the DJI drones, I always have to take them into AutoPano and fix them.
That's good to know. Steve, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Hey, you see, everybody's Lon's like 50% overlap. Everybody's telling me about this because I've never, like I said, this is new to me. I don't normally do. I don't do this type of stuff. So I'm like, now my curiosity peaked as how you're blending these pictures together. So that's good to know. I'm learning things that I don't normally learn. So
did you guys talk about the potential for what Anafi is going to do, what Parrot is going to do with this next drone generation? Are they going to basically just take their same platform?
Okay, so I think we covered that. I talked to Helder Hugo. Do you know who Helder is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Sean, do you know who Helder is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I think specifically it was laid out to me as it's the same exact drone with a little bit of firmware changes to it with a different camera setup. They're gonna like kind of see it as more of an enterprise class Anafi, like DJI would offer something like that.
It looks like they did something with the
camera setup.
Right, with the camera, but they also changed the blades on the props, which makes sense.
But you're not really altering the drone's body to do that. That's what we're back to is
the props were really quiet, and then that's because they're so wafer thin. Yes. I mean, I'll tell you right now. I joke about it, but that drone is damn near the most quiet drone that I've ever, not heard. When it's not that far away from you. I mean, you go within 50 feet of you, you can hardly tell it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that quiet, and no other drones like that. It's like it's a different type of quiet. It's you can't, my sound detectors or, my decimal meters don't pick it up, the dB meter at all. It's gone because you've got all this ambient noise.
Right.
Yeah. And I love it flying in a park. Like nobody looks at it.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, oh crap, there's a drone up there. Like I can fly, not that I fly over people all the time, but like, sometimes people give you stares or the police will stop and like just kind of watch you, and I just kind of wave at them.
I'm happy that the Anafi is getting a little more, that they're going to give it a little more attention, because what it'll do is it'll keep the Anafi out there, for the resale. I mean, that's another thing. The prices will stay decent, and normally they'll go up, but now they might potentially come down a little bit more, and then I can get myself another. If I'm going to put my hands on another parrot product just for my use, it would be an Anafi, and the price right now is almost too good to pass up to, because it's almost cheaper than what I paid for it when it initially came out. I only had one battery. That was my big downfall. I could only go flying one time, and then my fun was over.
Normally when we see this kind of stuff from Parrot, where they do a release, but it looks almost identical to a previous release, or it is the same thing, they just made slight alterations, that means that they overprinted a ton of bodies, they over mold casted a whole bunch of stuff, and they have a ton of extra to get rid of, and that's when we end up seeing stuff like this. It happened with the Bebop 2 too. Remember that? They released the Bebop 2, and then they were like, "Oh man, we have so many of these bodies, and nobody bought them. We need to
here's
produce
the power.
We're gonna call it the Power, right?" So then they produced the Power, right?
I can't even find another one of those things. I was looking around just to see if there's any around. They must have not have sold that many, because they're like nowhere.
What's that?
The Bebop 2 Power. I can't find one anywhere.
Oh man, I love their batteries. That's all I run now on my regular Bebop 2.
I guess it's only the battery. They have it was just the upgraded battery.
Very simple. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't have.
It was all black, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything with my Bebop 2. I didn't have to make any alterations. The power battery just slid right in there, and it worked great. So fuck, that thing gets like a 25, almost a 30-minute flight time. I get bored flying the Bebop 2s in the air so long.
Yeah, you can fly the crap out of those.
Even in sport mode, hell, it'll rip for like 18 minutes straight in sport mode with no problems.
You don't have to worry about running into anything. You just fly the crap out of it.
It just goes, man. It's such a phenomenal thing. Yeah, they had the Bebop Thermal, which was, I think, the version of the Bebop 2 that they came out with after the Bebop 2, and then they had the Power. But if you think about it, it was all the same body used in each occasion. All they did was change a few accessories. So I think when they overprint or they over mold cast these extra bodies and stuff, they have to do something with them. You know what I mean? Chuck them away and just lose all that money, or just create something else very simple and sell it to the people and get off all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Could be.
Could be.
Probably not, though. You're pretty smart.
I don't know about pretty smart, man. Like, I think I understand a lot of how this stuff works, though. I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't want to take a loss on all these bodies I printed. If I spent like $2 million on mold casting, I think I'd be a little peeved if I had to throw all that away to create another drone.
Yeah.
I think they beefed up the legs, took the twist out of those. If they do something with the props, I mean, I really didn't care, except for when I did fly it one time. I hit a prehistoric freaking bug, and that prehistoric bug knocked that prop right off, and it just dropped out of the sky. That was I got chased by those big prehistoric bugs too. I mean, we're talking big beetle things about this big. They were chasing my drone. And just took one, hit one of those props, and it just popped right off. I just
ordered one of those lights he's got there for mine.
Ooh, what is that?
It's a drone flash sticking on any one of your drones, and then it from a 3 mile radius.
It's got a lens on it.
Yes, it's got the magnify lens, and makes it very easy to see at night. Actually, they're on sale right now. They're like $15. So I ordered like a whole bunch of them, man. I'm just gonna put them all over my drones because I want to fly the city at night, man. I hate not being able to fly the city at night. To do that, I have to have strobers. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I like flying at night. If I want to meet the legal needs of the requirements, I have to get strobers. I've been putting it off this entire time, and now it's just time to commit to them. They even have one now that fits on the Mavic Mini. It's very small, very lightweight, weighs like 2 grams, I think, maybe less than that. It just pops right on the top, and then you can fly it at night too. Little rechargeable battery built into it. Very bright little blinky light. So,
I haven't seen hardly a channel mess around with a thermal camera. There's like hardly anything out there, and that's kind of something that I'm thinking about doing. And I want to go hunting coyotes with a thermal camera.
So I'm actually thinking about doing that with the Solo, man. They have these $200 FLIR setups that plug into Android devices, right?
Right.
And they used to run MHL ports on some of the older cell phones, like the Galaxy 5, Galaxy. They had HDMI ports you could plug into. I think I can get the Solo to communicate with an Android phone, and then I can plug that FLIR setup in there. So I think for probably around like $215, I could probably design a FLIR camera that I could actually see on a regular screen through the Solo. And I think if that's a capability, man, that would make the Solo pretty popular again if you could do FLIR setup on it. Now, it's not going to be HD. You get a lot of these drone companies.
It doesn't need to be
HD FLIR stuff, but I don't think it has to be. Mike, how much was that? $49.99?
No, it was like $35.
Yeah, they're still on the other ones. 15 right now.
How long is the battery go?
The lens, I like the way the lens curved out the top like that. I figured it'd make it easier to see.
Absolutely.
But when you're flying away from you and it's on top of the drone, it's not easy to see.
That's
because of the pitch of the bird, you know.
One on top and one on bottom. You're supposed to have multicolor. I think the one on the top is supposed to blink white, and the one on the bottom is supposed to be like red or something. They actually have flight colors for drone patterns. They have flight drone light patterns. You guys haven't looked any of these up, man. They have them on the FAA website to tell you what colors you're supposed to be putting on there. It's really weird.
Yeah. It's just like a boat. Like you're supposed to have one color on one side and one color on the other side, so you know which way the boat's coming.
Yeah, I'm just playing with this one so far. The battery life I'm not sure about yet, so I haven't actually recommended it on my channel yet till I do some more testing. I don't want somebody to buy it and then say, hey, man, this is a piece of crap. The battery won't last. But
right.
So I got to do a little more testing on it. But I figured for $35, I'd give it a try.
So Firehouse Technologies has the ARCXL strobe mount. Looks like it fits on the Autel Evo 2 by clipping in, but it also comes with Velcro. That cost approximately like $14 or $15. That one's very bright. You don't have to go to like LumaCube. Like all these people are talking about that stupid LumaCube. Like everybody wants to buy a LumaCube. Like why? There's so many cheap options available to you without having to do that. Like this one is multicolored. This is the Ulizani DR1. This is a Type-C charging port with multicolor strobe lights for flight patterns. This costs $15. You only need to buy one of these to cover all your needs. So that's why I said there's so many options. Like I don't get into the whole LumaCube thing, man. I don't get that whole stuff. All right.
Yeah, it's literally just a light.
Now, let me just take that a step further. I posted the eBay link for the Ulani. That one's very good. You were saying that the bottom is a problem for optical flow. However, I think most of the time at night, your optical flow sensors are turned off because they can't distinguish what the ground is anyways. So it shouldn't mess with anything. I think before you take off, most DJI products that I've flown have always said unable to calibrate due to whatever. And then it makes you do a manual compass calibration on the spot because the night sensors don't work very well. So I think you're good there.
Yeah. I've been strapping things to my drones for years. You just turn the sensors off on the bottom.
Yep. Some you can do that with. I don't. The Mini doesn't allow you to do that with, but some you can do that with. The Mini's a pain in the butt, but at night the Mini sucks with its lights. Like anytime it's dark out and I try to fly, it's like, oh, the sensor's not working. Please do a manual calibration. So, because we can't depend on our optical flow or whatever the hell it's doing. The Bebop doesn't care. The Bebop 2 just goes. It's like, yeah, let's do this. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing I don't like about the Inopri. There's no lights on it really, other than the little blue light in the bottom of it. So you don't really see anything about that bird unless it's, unless you got some kind of strobe or something on it.
Why are we inverted? I feel like I should be giving the cockpit pilot the finger right now.
Do you have that completed, Chris? Because that picture.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a picture right now where I'm at. I just uploaded it. No, that's my dream. That's my dream shed's up behind me there. That's the picture that I started my project from.
You realize it's upside down, right?
Yeah. Yes, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Give me a second here.
Hurry up, man! Just right click and go to rotate.
Not everybody is not everybody's as fast as you are. Okay. Okay, we're on here. Here we go. Let's see. Let's flip. Let's flip it that way. There we go.
Oh, Oh,
He-
now I
he-
see what's going on.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. So that was the picture of what I was trying to get at. And this is what I've got so far. I've been working on that back wall. I call it the Franken wall because it's made up of my old shed basically and all new material. So we're almost there. And then I didn't make a straight bar back like that either because it's impractical for my needs. I don't have that many friends. So I only have this many friends. So I cut it in half. And this picture is actually backwards. It's actually flipped. But it's actually, let me see if I can, anyway, it doesn't really matter. So let's flip it. Let's see, flip horizontal. There we go. That's the right perspective. So the bar right now is just that little piece right there. So it's only a 2-seater now, where it was basically designed as about 12-seater. Yeah. So now it's just small. And then I got a buffet behind me.
For your fat friends, I feel you.
That's right. You never know.
Never know.
I might have a friend show up. You never know.
Never know when DW might come for a visit. The Barbie better have shrimp on it.
That's right. Yeah. No, I've got a smoking section too on the back left side here. And what I mean by smoking section, it means that's where I smoke meat. And fireplace.
Gotcha.
What kind of smoker you got?
A Traeger. But I would if I was looking for a smoker, I would just get anything that shoots pellets into a hopper, and they're all good.
I just got a grill that it's got a drawer in the middle of it, and you can put logs or
cool
charcoal or pellets in it.
So it's multiple, yeah.
And it's propane, so I can.
Oh wow! So you basically are just controlling smoke. You're cooking with propane, but you're cooking with smoke, but you're using propane as a fuel source.
You can light the smoke if you want to, and just leave the smoke in.
Okay.
Cook with wood, but you can also cook with propane if you need to. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I got going on so far.
I mean, how many fans are we? We got charcoal users in here versus gas. Who's a gas user? Who's a charcoal user? And then who's a smoker? How many smokers we got in here?
Gas basically is great if you're I don't know. There is no good thing for gas. Gas screws up your food, makes it taste funny, and it burns your steaks. If I'm going to cook steaks, I cook them. I basically sear them and I cook them in the oven. I cook them at home or inside. I don't smoke steaks. I cook it like a restaurant.
Sean, smoker,
butter, salt and pepper,
griller, gasser.
Yep, salt and pepper. Yep, salt and pepper.
It depends on what I'm eating. I like to smoke things, but sometimes I just like to cook it really fast. So I prefer a hamburger on propane over a hamburger on a skillet. But if it's like pork, I want to smoke it for a long time, low and slow.
Yes.
I did a turkey for Thanksgiving. That almost turned out great. It had some rough edges, but the meat on the inside was good.
Okay, I'll tell you the story about the turkey. First of all, you're always under pressure to get it done at a certain time. And if you could just cook the dang thing and then everybody just leave you alone and you'd say, hey, when the turkey gets done, I'll let you know. That's when we're going to eat dinner. But it doesn't work out that way.
Right.
And then they say, hey, is the turkey done? You're like, oh, crap, no. And then you turn it up to 450 and that takes away the whole smoking concept.
I do have to pride myself on my gas grill usage of cooking steaks. I don't burn them and they always come out medium rare. Yeah. They are beautiful. Just
I just can't get it right on a. You have to know your gas grill too, or you have a heat deflector helps too.
I think
where you're not getting burned out.
Getting to know your grill like a drone. It's the same principle. You know, after a certain amount of time, if you do this, it's going to do this. Like it's.
I've cooked good things on gas. It's just I just prefer the slow cooking process, like brisket and stuff. There's just that smoky flavor is just so good.
Mike, gas, grill, smoker. What are we doing here?
A little bit of both, man.
Yeah, I think we all do that.
Are we charcoal users at the beach then? Everybody?
I saw some electrics in there.
At the beach,
I've smoked on electric.
Yeah.
Who's going to the beach?
What? I am. I live in Florida. You kidding me? There's nobody at the beach right now. Everybody's like Corona. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the beach because nobody's there.
You can drop the link again. Greg might want to come in.
If I go to the beach, I go to the restaurant. I go down to the local little tiki hut that has fish sandwiches or something. That's where I go.
I'm mad at Greg right now. I'll think about
Fresh
it.
crab caught that morning.
There you go.
You can't be mad at Greg.
I'm upset with Greg right now.
Uh-oh.
He loves you. Don't you love him?
Why you go, Dan? Why are you trying to stir up trouble all the time? Then he gets me all worked up, and I'm like,
you
damn
got
it.
yourself worked up, dude. That is not. Listen.
Stop getting me worked up. I don't need to.
Lana was in there too, man. I know what happened. I'm listen. I'm gonna let it slide.
Lon thinks Lon's everybody's friend, so that's the problem.
All right, listen, Mr. Oz. You, sir, took away my wrench for no reason with no explanation.
Who?
Yeah. I call like I see it. Everybody else had a wrench, but Dan, I'm like, how does this work? I didn't do anything, man. I would never even use my wrench, so it really doesn't matter. I love trolls. Trolls are more than welcome to come in, dude. They are like your best friends. I know I say that often, but I'm not lying. Like I try not to kick trolls out. I love them too much. They are too amazing. Dude, there are some of the biggest YouTubers on the platform were built because of trolling. Like people trolling them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really weird how that works. Dad's all about the I don't want trolls, no drama in my get out, little trolls. Sean, you're probably not a fan of the trolls, are you?
Well, like, if I'm playing the view game and someone complains about how my audio is, or I said too much, or I'm chubby, or whatever they want to say, I like to start conversations with them,
right,
and have them comment back and we just comment back and forth.
Back and forth.
They have to keep viewing my videos so they can comment back.
Right.
That's what I do with my trolls.
I do too. I love it. People, everybody's like, why do you cater to the trolls? Why not? Every time they re-click on it, that's another 2 cents I just earned.
Yep. I'm
if
like,
you want to
thanks for
keep
the
coming
nickel.
back, let them keep coming back. God, why do I care? It really doesn't affect you. They all try to go for the fat thing. Like that's the first thing they hit you with when they see you're a little overweight. Like, oh, fat ass and blah 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 and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, come on, you're the next 8-year-old that just came in here and tried the same thing. Like, it really doesn't affect me. I love that they think the dislike button affects people mentally, and maybe it does for some people. Maybe the dislike button does affect people. I don't know. Does anybody else feel like the dislike button affects you in any kind of way? Do you feel like you're hurt somebody would dislike your content?
No.
I think it just shows that you were there either way. So it's still attention for the channel. So it doesn't matter.
Interaction.
The dislike button.
It's a psychological thing. It makes you think that you did something to their channel by hitting the dislike.
The dislike button only makes you feel bad if you got like 7,000 dislikes and like 25 likes. Now that would make me feel bad.
Yeah, you need to see the percentage. Like, I got
If it's
one
just
dislike and I've got 18 likes. Like, okay.
Yeah. If there's just like 25 idiots, but you got 300 freaking awesome comments, so those 25 idiots are all haters anyway.
I do.
I only know of one person that really cares about the dislike button, and he's actually practically cried on YouTube about it. And I'm not going to mention Bill's name or anything, but it's. I mean, whoops.
I think he comes to my channel. He's the only dislike. I think he comes just to dislike everything I do.
So funny. That's so funny. I still have to do a remake of that video, man. I have to do a Fluidity remake of that video. I've thought about ordering the Thrust Commander version 3 flight simulator joystick from like 1987, right? For the first flight simulators that were coming out, just because it looks kind of like the Fluidity transmitter. I have a whole remake video I want to do of that entire sequence of events that took place, just because I think it would be great to see me redo it and reenact it.
Is that like the Top Gun controller?
Kind of, yeah. It looks like
the
Top
trigger
Gun, yeah,
with all the buttons on.
Yep, with all the buttons on. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Flight Master thrust controller. Oh yeah,
It's a
they had
great
like
game.
6 versions of it, but yeah, they got a little better as time went on. But the one I'm talking about feels solid. I actually bought one 8 years ago, and I took it off and I installed it in my Camaro because I just wanted. I thought it was the coolest thing ever, just to have like a jet throttle fighter handle as your shifter. You know, it felt really solid in your hands, man. You could just rip it back through the gears. It was perfect. Filled the hole inside of it with epoxy, so it was super solid, and then screwed it on. Hell yeah. I need to redo more of those. I used to have the joystick. There, Gabe knows what I'm talking about. It is the 1-year anniversary, Rick. I know. That's why I said I've been thinking about this for a while now, man. We got to see that 12-year-old little schizo girl come out again and panic. We need another ringtone. It's that time. Who's making the ringtone on this one? That ringtone was epic, by the way. Turkey necks. Awesome.
It was so easy to do too. I had those good. I had that good audio of all of his crying and whining. It was just like it had its own song and dance to it. So,
dude, I had to amplify that audio so much to be able to hear what was happening in the background. I probably turned that up like tenfold.
I could have done a Paul Drone U one really easy because he's got statements that he makes. Plus, he's got a squeaky voice, so it would sound really good with turkey necks.
Oh my gosh. There you go. It says I still have my Thrustmaster joystick sitting in storage. Well, good. We should all make a Fluidity anniversary video. That thing died. I don't think it ever came back. Did anybody ever see that thing come back? I think Bill killed it. I think officially Bill is the killer of the Fluidity transmitter. I think he tanked it personally.
I think Fluidity killed itself, being just shitty.
Do you know what we're talking about, Sean? Have you seen the Fluidity controller?
I have not.
What?
The Commander.
The Commander. Oh my god! I gotta see if I can find this thing. It's probably on eBay for like $5 now.
What's it called?
Fluidity.
I like the idea of it all.
It was somebody's dream.
And I like the fact that the guy was trying to innovate something new.
Yeah, it was a dream, you know, like my bar shed.
Except yours came true.
No, I'm losing subscribers by the minute. Nobody wants to watch me build my bar shed, but I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I really don't care. I'm not catering to anybody. When it's this hot, I don't really freaking care.
Greg dropped the link in there if anybody wants to see it, or if you want to put it up on screen, Dan.
Yeah, hold on one second.
There we go.
Yeah, you need to take a look at that thing, Sean. It was, you know, it was something. It was
I'm
a
looking at
little
it.
bit of innovation going on. You could fly your drone with it, with a different, you know, with one hand.
You got to hold it with the other hand.
Well, you can have it on a stand. Or,
Ken Heron made fun of it so bad that he was like, I can't freaking, this thing just hurts my freaking brain.
It's done for. It's done. It is done for. It will not have a second go around. Yeah.
Well, between Ken Heron making fun of it, and Bill freaking crying and whining, he destroyed it. It absolutely destroyed it.
I don't think Ken did as much damage to
as
it
Bill.
Bill did. Yeah.
Look at
So did they get prototypes to play with, and then they just trashed it on their channel?
Well, look at it. Well, they did. It was sent to them, and actually, no. Bill ended up with it because somebody sent it to him after they did a review of it. I think Curtis Dart had it, and then he gave it to Bill for a review, I think, is what took place there. But look, it's all pledged by backers, $105,000. I don't even think they made enough to build any of them and actually send them out if people are actually interested in purchasing. I think the whole idea just died really quickly. So I don't know, man. They want $500 almost for the transmitter at retail price. I think that's absolutely insane for what they're asking. I don't know, man. that's a little crazy to me. Oh boy.
What does it control? Can you
Yeah,
just pair
so
it with any drone?
DJI, Unique, stuff like that. It doesn't work well. It just doesn't work. It's really weird. It's like, you know, and then to make it go up, you have to like pull your thumb up so that it pops a key up.
Didn't Ken have it coming out of the refrigerator? You went to open up the refrigerator and then there's this.
Yeah, like attacked him.
That's That's awesome.
It was. This is such a ridiculous thing. I don't know. I see that Mike likes it, but to me, it was just like such a far shot idea, man. Because you're not. It's not like you're flying a fighter jet. That's what they built it to look like. You got to have a table to strap it to. You got to like the whole thing was just weird. It was such a weird setup.
It's going to take a long time. You can't. It's hard to take away existing technology, especially when every kid and adult has played video games all their life using the same setup. You've got to retrain. It's like the mouse. It's forever part of the computer, you know.
Yeah.
Until you find something that can replace the mouse, and they just haven't been able to. They've tried to trackball. They've tried so many different things, but it just doesn't. It's just so easy to manipulate a mouse. And
like Sean, literally, it's not even a transmitter. What it is just an extra controller that plugs into the transmitter, and then it talks to the transmitter. So you essentially have to have your regular transmitter plus this thing plugged into it, plus the app open and the drone flying. So there's multiple things taking. Exactly. The whole idea was just bonkers from the get-go. It just didn't make sense. So why am I bringing two transmitters now? I have to have both of them to use the one. It doesn't. I don't. Thinking just wasn't there to me. I was like, who thought of this crazy idea? And then we see what happens when it flies away. That was epic. I will never forget what Fluidity gave me.
Oh my God, it's going away.
Oh my God, that just cried like a 12-year-old baby. I've never seen somebody lose it so bad in my life. That video, I hope it just remains up forever and ever in the history of YouTube. Oh my God, that was so funny. Sean, do you know what video we're talking about?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yes. Bill, the drone reviewer, Fluidity. What is it? Phantom 4 flies away. Fly away. Oh my God. Jeez, he's screaming at his wife, every cuss word he knows, running back and forth from the front of the property to the back of the property.
There you go, Dan. You gotta love that. This is a St. George tan right here. Check that out.
All right, let's check this out here. Solo layout. Whoa. Who's that dude?
Look at that. There's me getting to the beach right there. That's about as close to the beach as you'll ever get.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Look at that tan. You gotta love that. All right, I'll take that down.
Jeez, okay.
Guys, you have to be able to have fun with yourself, man.
Well, now look, see, I got one of those weird tans going on. You see mine? I got the farmer's tan going on too, man. I got white all up in here and then brown arms.
Oh man,
I got it too, dude. That's Florida for you. All right, Sean, you look like you're watching it.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which video it is.
Is he?
I think he's trying to watch it.
He doesn't have that video up, does he?
Oh, he never took it down.
Really?
Yeah, he never took it down. It's still up.
Well, he edited it a little bit. It's still there, though. The stupidity is still in the background.
I think he took down the original where he was having a total panic
attack. Oh, man. Don't tell me he took down the good one.
Who is it?
Bill, the drone reviewer. Pooer. What?
BTDR.
BTDR.
Hey! I haven't watched a single episode of his channel in so long. I can't even. It's so nice.
It is, man.
Condensed version.
Is there a couple on there? Dude, we've got a video where he picks his nose before he ends the video. Shit. Knuckles deep into his nostril.
I think that video is still up too.
Almost gonna guarantee it is. That was the CES video, wasn't it? The hotel CES video.
When he was up there in New York.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to CES. Goodbye, everybody.
It was at the DJI event or something. I think when they released the Mavic 2 or something.
No, it was a couple of years ago now, like 2 years ago. Still, it was epic, man. Sean, if you want to know how bad I went after him, I literally legally have a cease and desist order from him at my house. Legal. Came from his legal department. It's at my house. That's how bad I rode the dude. Like,
Bill had a friend of his that lives in his freaking condo complex who's a lawyer decide to take their stationery, write you a letter. It's bullshit.
Well, it did come from Legal Shield, so but that's like a
Oh,
$10. That's like a $10.
Okay. So he's
$10
got.
a month lawyer. It is still
Yeah.
pretty funny though. I found it amusing. I was supposedly coming after him with shadow accounts, and I need to stop, or they're gonna get rid of me on YouTube. Prove to me that I'm the shadow accounts. Good luck.
Where is it? Is it? Let's see. It's still up there. UAV.
Yeah, I found it.
Did you find it?
I did, but like it's all like
Aviator. First flight detailed test right here.
No. It was after that. He was testing return to home, I think is what happened. And when he pushed it, it went absolutely bonkers.
I've got the Phantom 4 Pro 2.0 Aviator test drama condensed version.
Oh yeah, there it is. Test drama condensed. That's probably it. He took out all the parts where he's cussing and screaming at his wife and panicking like a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
All the best parts, of course, have probably been pulled out.
That's funny.
He was hitting that return to home like he was sending Morse code to other planets trying to get help.
Dude, he did. He pushed that return to home button like 60 times. Beep, 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 beep.
Yep.
I did a video back in the day. It was a DJI Mavic Pro, and I was testing Litchi. And so Litchi would do a panorama before the DJI Mavic Pro would ever do a panorama. So I put it up in the sky. I'm hovering over an apartment building. Okay. So I'm like halfway between a building, a parking lot, and I'm about maybe 250 feet up in the air. And all of a sudden the app crashes and I have no control over my DJI Mavic Pro. And it's like sitting there and I had only flown for like 2 or 3 minutes. So there was a good 12 minutes left on that battery of it just hanging out above a parking lot. So I'm like untucking my shirt. Like I'm ready to catch this thing when it falls out of the sky. And
forget about low battery landing.
Yeah, luckily it returned back home, but I didn't know if any of that functionality was going to work because I was using a third-party app. Anyway, yeah, my heart raced for about 12 minutes.
The drone still has natural protocols that it follows when it hits like low battery, regardless of what app you're running on.
Yeah,
unless
I know that now.
Yeah, well, right. Okay. Yeah.
Figured that out.
It says Legal Shield. I saw them on Fiverr.com. Oh my gosh,
that's awesome.
It was one of the best videos ever made, in my opinion, on his channel. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Honestly, I would have posted that video just like it was and been like, guys, you have got to witness this crazy funniness that took place. Like, I could laugh about it now, but that's not how he did it. That's not how he did it. And that's where I think he went wrong. Instead of just hitting it from like, guys, this is the craziest video you're probably ever going to see. I don't know what happened. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm working with Fluidity, but just watch this and hopefully you guys get the same kick out of it I did. Everybody's safe. My drone is safe. Everything went through good, and then post it. I would have respected that versus what we got. And it just was such a weird, strange video to post. And then he tried to hide like it didn't happen. Like, well, you posted it. Nobody told you to post that. You posted it. Now you're wondering why people think you're a goofball. Oh, well, all right, I guess.
I've made plenty of videos that I never posted.
Right.
Because they're like, this is what I'm going to do today, and then it completely fails, or I forget to bring the battery with me, or something.
Totally just give up and done.
I did post one video where I had the DJI Spark, and one of my viewers asked me the question if you can charge it on a battery pack, can you fly longer with a battery pack on it? Because I always attach things to drones. So I attached the battery pack. Like I did this 5-minute intro video about how, like you can't cool down a room with a refrigerator because there's more heat coming out of the back of it. And I was like, this is a stupid idea, but we're going to try it. And I plugged it up and the drone wouldn't take off with something plugged into the USB port. And I was like, okay. That's what we learned today.
And question answered, yeah.
So then I just unplugged it and got some cool footage and ended the video. But
right, Yeah, I ended up doing. I do that often, man. I'll go out and something will interfere. I'll have this whole crazy day planned out. I'll start my GoPro vlogging. I'll get all the way to the location and find out there's like people there, and I can't do it now. And then I just have to kind of cut the video and just be like, damn, man, I drove a long ways for nothing. And that's part of doing this YouTube thing. But I see it as an adventure. On the way back, I'll look for somewhere to fly. That way I can at least, make the trip worthwhile. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. Let's go fly that real quick. And then I can post some footage at least. And, it wasn't a completely dead trip. Some days I just get stuck. I'll go out, drive all the way to a location. It'll start raining and it won't stop raining the rest of the day. That's just Florida. That's Florida weather. I've come to like today. I went out to fly downtown Tampa, and just started raining like crazy, and it rained ever since. And then I got home, and it stopped as soon as I got home. It was like, oh well, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah. That was a wasted day of driving 17 miles downtown, coming back, and got no footage. It was pointless. Okay.
That's the golden footage. The crap that you go out and plan all this stuff, and no, it's going to be awesome today, and the next thing you know, you're walking 5 miles, and I'm flying my drone with my hand.
The struggle.
This is what my drone would look like if it were actually still flying.
I remember when you were doing that walk.
But that's unscripted, and it's not. It's fun stuff, and that's. I'd rather be. I'm not a very scripted person, so it's.
Oh. I wish more people weren't. I hate people that sit there and read their screen, man. First of all, especially if you wear glasses, you look really dumb. I just want to point that out. Anybody that's in here that does a show, if you wear big glasses and you're like this, and I can see everything you're reading on your screen in front of you, it looks silly.
You tell me I'm stupid wearing glasses, I'll put 5 pairs of glasses on.
Nice.
That's dad for you.
I can get one more pair on. I think I had 3 pairs as one because I was talking about line of sight, and I'm like, I can see. Wait a second, we get another pair of glasses on. All right, there we go. Now I can see it. See, 3 miles is easy when you got 3 sets of readers on.
Right.
You need those glasses for National Treasure that have the little lenses that fly over. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Benjamin Franklin glasses. There's a green lens and an orange lens.
Yeah.
And a red one.
Pull them down.
Hell yeah.
Get a little
guys, it is almost 2 a.m. here where I'm at, man. I'm getting ready to shut this down, I think. We've been live for almost 2.5 hours. So.
Quit.
Huh?
I got in late. I apologize, guys.
Nah, you're all right. Like I said, I've been at this a while. It took a while for people to get in. Ron was just eating food, so he was useless. Jose was fun to have in here. Like Ron is like the fat guy you just need to have around for every situation to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always have to have your fat friends. Your fat friends make every situation better unless there's required walking involved. Like, if the car breaks down, your fat friend's probably going to stay with the car. Good luck on the walk, guys. I'll see you later.
Right.
But other than that, man, just always have a nice, chubby friend around with you, man.
Hey, Sean.
Every situation better. Yes.
Sean, before you go, I've had a couple of people talk about. Now, do you still have your GoPro Max?
Yep.
How do you rate that camera as far as have you ever used the Insta360
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was curious what your position is on that.
I like every toy I have.
Yeah, me too. I can't get rid of anything.
It's hard for me to complain about anything that I spend a good chunk of change on. It's easy for me to be critical as a reviewer, but
like the software, let's just go. Okay, the cameras both do the same thing. So what's easier to make a video out of, your Insta360 or your GoPro Max? Which one is it easier to go from? I've got this footage now and I want to make about a 5-minute video.
Yeah. So the if we're just talking about the 1R and the Max, I think they're both pretty hand in hand.
So GoPro's done a better job with their software.
Yeah, the Fusion sucked. Well, like the Fusion was an amazing camera with a horrible piece of software.
Right.
So you could record 5 minutes of footage and it would take a day and a half to render it.
Right.
Whoa.
So, I mean, ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things you make it hit go and then you go to bed and you wake up next morning and hopefully your computer didn't crash. But the GoPro Max is way more efficient. I think the Insta360 One X is the best 360 camera ever.
The skinny one, right?
The skinny one. The
Yeah.
1R is good, and I love the modular. I love being able to
Right.
swap things out. I've got the 1 inch, I've got the 4K, and I've got the aerial edition, and I've got
Oh wow!
the
Holy crap!
360. So I've got all of them, but just because I'm a huge fan of Insta360, but
I love that modular too.
their software has not really updated much in years. I mean,
Yeah.
the studio is, even though the studio was good a couple years ago, I think GoPro software is actually better now.
Wow.
But
to hear.
You can do a lot more as far as posts. Like you can render out a whole bunch of more options with the Insta360 Studio. But
I like to be able to change perspective. I mean, I can go in and change the frame size. I can, punch in really quick, punch back out. I mean, you literally can do all the bells and whistles you need to keep people's attention in a video. Plus you can, swing it around look at an object that you're looking at and bang, now it's just, I love that, that freedom. Cause you don't have to think like that when you're filming. And that's just so cool.
Yeah. The camera.
Good night, Rick. Thanks for being
See
here,
Rick.
buddy.
Night, buddy. The camera that I thought was stupid when they brought it out, but now I love, is the Insta360 Go, because it's bright white, but I bought like a $3 Amazon silicone cover that makes it black, and I have a black vest, and so when I put that thing on, nobody can see it's there, and I just walk around parties and hitting my chest and recording 5 minutes of, filling my plate full of hors d'oeuvres and talking to people.
So great for B-roll. Yeah.
It's awesome for B-roll.
Is that recording in 1080?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Then they changed it. I heard that they added a little more time, right? Does it record? It
started out as 30 seconds.
Okay. Now
we're just kind of like little Instagram pics or whatever.
Right.
60 seconds is what I've recorded on for a little while. And then last month they updated it to 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
But it overheats in that 5 minutes.
Right.
So they call it FPV mode because they expect you to be flying 30 miles an hour through the air, blowing wind over that thing.
Yeah, but it basically has the camera that the Parrot Bebop 2 has, and it's a 180-degree field of view.
Beautiful.
But it's this big.
That's
it's
tiny.
Teeny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the camera is, but that's the case.
Yeah, that's just teeny.
Like it's the size of my nose.
So we've been playing with it. Brian got it. Drone on YouTube channel got it. We've been testing all the different features. There's some aspects to it I like. There's also not. Like, for instance, its inability to run with all Android devices. It's very particular about what Android you're using it with. Have you noticed that?
I run iOS, but that's the problem I'm having with the Evo. Like, I don't think it likes iOS at all.
Right.
They didn't even come with the Apple cable.
So just like me with the Mavic Mini, I got the Mavic Mini and it didn't work with a 32-bit system, so I ended up having to buy an Android system that was 64-bit. So I ended up getting a Sony Xperia just to be able to use the Mavic Mini and do reviews. It's kind of the same way I'm feeling about the Insta360 Go. You buy it and then all of a sudden like, oh man, it doesn't work with my device. So now you got to go either upgrade your device or just send the camera back because it's useless to you unless you plan on changing.
So it didn't tether with your phone?
No, it doesn't tether with a lot of Android phones. It's very selective about Android.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's been the biggest gripe Drone Honor Brian has had about it so far. And he also doesn't like the flow of the FPV settings that it has. Apparently, we were just talking about that FPV thing. He's not really sure he likes what it has to offer with that. It looks good, but you can see hanky motion in it, which is where he, like motion blurring almost to an extent. And I thought that the ability to write that out with stabilization was there. I thought that was kind of the principle of the 360 Go, is that you wouldn't see that kind of motion blur factor in FPV mode. But it seems like when you roll or you yaw too hard or too quickly that you get real nasty motion blur from it, which once again defeats the purpose. I feel like that was the whole idea, is that you would have smooth, fluid motion the entire time without seeing those things. So I don't know, man. I think there's a lot to be desired with it still. I think it has a little ways to go. I'd love to see a second model that gives you a longer recording time, maybe weighs a little bit more, because 19 grams is obviously pretty light. But
Yeah.
I would love to see better tech, a little better battery life, and maybe some ability to use it with more Android devices. Not all of us are iOS guys. A lot of us are open source people, and we love our Android and our Linux-based products. So for us, it's kind of a no-brainer. But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to. Blah, 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 blah.
So you had Apple problems with your Evo. I didn't have any problems at all. Well, I didn't have any problems like that at all, actually. I did have a couple of. I did have some at the beginning, right at the very beginning. I lost the screen a couple of times, but it kind of
What's that
everything.
about?
Yeah, everything kind of smoothed out though. And by the time I got, I wouldn't fly it up, the places that I flew it until I was ready, and confident with it. And I didn't have any. I guess maybe I didn't fly it enough. I don't think I had more than maybe 10 or 15 flights on it. I didn't fly that much. I didn't have time because then I got the other freaking drone, and now I've got 2 drones, and then every once in a while, my Mini is just so easy to use, so I take that out all the time. So it just, the Evo just became kind of an orange paperweight for a while, and I don't know. And then my weather went to crap. So all the crap that I like to take to video, all it's drying up right now. I mean, it's there's you can't video in 107 degrees. You just can't.
My Mini doesn't even fly right now, so there you go.
I haven't. The Mavic Air, I got that one heat warning. That was pretty scary because it literally just sat down. Once it got hot, it just freaking landed.
Yeah,
it didn't care.
It
went right home. I was out driving, and I had to sit it on my car, and I'm like, all right, I want to go video this. So I was going to fly it in my car. The thing freaking, and then I drove up because I thought I was just going to bring the drone to me and catch it. Well, it freaking started to overheat. It was like 102. It went back to where I was. So I'm like freaking, hauling butt. I had to do a U-turn in the middle of this busy road, whip it back. I'm like, please don't land in the street. Don't land in the street. Don't land in the street. But it landed in the ditch where I was parked before. But or somebody don't pull over there. Oh, that was nerve wracking. I couldn't stop it.
The Mini is so frustrating right now, man. I don't get it. Like it's 107 degrees or better every day here. Mine refuses to take off. By the time it's booted and I try to hit go and fly, it tells me that this aircraft is overheated and an inability to take off something. And so now I have this useless Mavic Mini that refuses to fly in hot weather, sitting on my shelf collecting dust.
Yeah, you can't fly it. Yeah,
defeats the purpose of owning it. Why do I have it? It was great when it was cool out, but as soon as summer hit here,
you don't want to fly it over water because you don't want it to go wacko.
I'm really fearful flying it over water because all I'm thinking now is like it's just going to set down over water and there's nothing I can do.
Oh, it's too hot. I think I'll just land right here in the ocean. It'll be nice and cool.
Yeah, cool off.
It was great.
So you got the 6K, Sean? The 6K Evo? Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it like last week.
Yeah, I see you got a video up, so I'll have to check that out. I'm just curious what people, you're kind of a novice. You're not going to go and pretend that you know everything about it. And that's what I need to see. I want to see people that when they actually do their first flights, they're recording and they're putting stuff out there when it's actually happening. Because when my Evo 8K freaking took off on me, that I freaking put that video up right away because it freaking went back behind me and I'm like trying to freaking correct it and it's just doing all its own crap. And then suddenly it just stopped. And I did one hand launch after that. And that's then it when I hand launched it, I think it turns the sensors off for a very short period of time, and then it cranks them back on, and then it noticed that I was too close, and I went and it took off again, but it stopped once it got to its 30-foot radius. And I'm like, I can't have a drone that just acts like that. I mean, there's no reason for it to do that. And but if you just take off like normal, put it on the ground, take off, do your flying, there's no problem with it ever. It's perfect. And it'll fly for days.
The Unique Typhoon has it's got a smart radius. It's got smart mode, and it won't fly it won't fly within like 25 feet of you.
Yeah.
But an issue that a lot of people had was they were standing within 25 feet of it when they took off in smart mode. So as soon as it got off the ground, it tried to get 25 feet away from them.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so it would just beeline 20, and they're like, "Oh crap, what's going on?" And I think and that's kind of what I commented about the Evo 2, my first flight. That I think when it's closer to the ground, it's like sensory overload. Like,
Yeah.
it's got these 12 sensors, and for one, like there was this tutorial that you needed to arm your drone before you took off, not telling you that all you have to do is hold down the takeoff button and it takes off fine.
Right.
But so I armed the drone just like my Uniques do, and then I went to take off, and it flies like a kind of a foot off the ground, and then it shoots to like 10 feet, and then it hovers there, and then it bounces up again. And I was not confident as soon as that happened, like right off the ground.
Right. We're not used to that erratic behavior. We're used to, like I said, you put, the Mavic Air. My first flight, I did it like all their Mavics. Took it, threw it in the air. It started flying. I went and freaking did my, 25-minute flight, came back, landed it in my hand. I mean, that's what I'm used to. Mm-hmm. And that's where the haters start jumping in and going, "See, your drone is screwed up.
It's stupid. Yeah.
It's stupid." I love the orange. I love a lot of stuff about it. I like that it looks like a big orange school bus.
I like the shape. Like when it's really far away, I can see it turn around.
Yeah.
Like most drones kind of look like a dot way over there, and
it's
in line
easy
of
to
sight,
see.
but I don't really know what's going on over there. But this drone is big and it's honky, and you can turn it.
And the video is awesome. I think the video footage that came out of that 8K camera is friggin' amazing. I like the auto. I like wherever they have the auto color set. It really was pleasing for me to see. I mean, I'm not a photography guy, but there's certain colors that I like to pop a little bit more, and it seems like this drone does that. It makes those colors, really, like the greens and the blues are really easy to see. That's kind of why I like the GoPros. They do the same thing. The Insta360 does the same thing. It really makes the your kind of cartoonish, and I like that. I like that color, and some people hate it.
Saturated.
Keep it saturated. Yeah, some people hate that. That's where you get all the photography haters. That's just terrible, and you got this. I could see a little like noise in it, and I'm like, noise? What the fuck?
Right. Opinions are like nipples. Everybody has them.
Yeah.
I shoot in flat when I go GoPro. Anytime I shoot in a flat color scheme so I can do color grading later, and that way I can choose what I want it to do. GoPro has a real great history of shooting flat colors that just makes it perfect for color grading. So, what's that?
ProTune.
Yeah, well, I don't use the ProTune settings though. I just turn all that off and just go flat colors, and then because that allows me to really mess with things on my own. Post production is great because I can get in there and just change all the color grading as I see fit. But
that's my drone. This was a while ago.
Yeah, Agent.
He said Legal Shield. I saw them on Fiverr.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
I missed that.
Agent knows. You can tell I'm getting tired.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just caught that. I just caught that comment. That was good.
That's funny.
All right, guys, I'm gonna call it here, man.
I gotta get on the live streams more often here.
Yes, you should.
It's that time of it's summer, and I'm not gonna fly anything. I'm gonna work on my bar shed, and hopefully if Parrot comes out with a drone, I might get it. We'll see.
Well, that was my whole question. Like, do I continue with the hobby right now, or should I wait until the innovation I'm looking for comes back into play? Because I have no problem just doing vlogging on my channel. I really don't care. Like, to me, it just doesn't matter because I'm here just to have fun. So why would I keep pushing myself to make drone content that is pointless? Like, I'm gonna check out the Hubsan Xeno, and we're gonna see how good it lands with its, return to home feature. Like, it's been tested 5 million times by like.
Well, that's a good point. Is there's not a lot of affordability in the drone market right now. It's like Autel. Why don't they make a more portable drone? They could easily do it. A competitor, in the medium, the smaller drone market, I would buy a little orange drone, as long as they put the right crap in it and didn't make it fly funny, you know. And they changed their controller at least one time. We like new gadgets, you know. I want a different controller. Same thing with like Parrot. If they're not going to make, didn't hate on their new controller that they made, the Sky Controller, whatever the hell they call it. What is that? Sky Controller 3 or 4 or what?
It's 3 now.
Sky Controller 3.
But there was nothing wrong with it except you couldn't hold your damn phone. You know, it was stupid. Why'd you make a controller that your phone rocks in there? You know, that's
my phone
like,
shot out of it. My phone launched out of it.
I mean, I got it to stay in there, but I put I'm old. I have a big freaking giant cover, you know. I had to change that because I couldn't, you know, I dropped my phone a lot. Okay. I'm getting older, you know.
Well, I'm giving the Mini a chance. We're going to go ahead and reset it. Full custom reset of everything.
The Mini's got life. It's got more life in it.
If it doesn't start flying again due to the heat restrictions, I'm going to sell it or like burn it or shoot it.
It does amazing stuff for what it is. That thing is tiny and it just goes and goes and goes. I mean, it's not a flying dragonfly, you know, but
I'm half tempted to take a shotgun shell to it, man.
I put prop guards on the side of mine and I put the Insta360 Go on top and I flew it around the house.
With the
that was fun.
That little
that looked pretty cool.
Thing was just screaming.
Out.
But you put your little GoPro, your moment, or the what's a little Go? You put that on there, didn't you?
Go. That's what he said.
That was okay. I can't remember the name of that thing.
Yeah, everybody hated that video. I put that on my channel. I flew around outside. I loved it. I thought it was fun.
I wouldn't hate on that.
They're like, the Mini's camera is better than the Go. Why did you do that?
It's like,
and I was like,
because it's fun, dude. Freaking, I'm so sick of people making comments like that. Like, dude, why are you doing a bar shed? I'm like, shut up. Go somewhere.
Go build a shed of your own.
Why am I doing it? Because I'm doing it. All right. Because I have a life that goes beyond flying DJI drones like you.
I do. I post videos and I get that stuff too, man. Vlog videos. People are like, why are you posting this? I thought you were a drone channel. It's like, dude, there was a drone in it. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I know.
God, man.
My first 3 shed videos had drones in it. All you'll see is the roof now.
Telling you, man.
I guess I could fly through it. I'm waiting. I'll fly through it. My dog gets freaking really upset. He hurts himself. He loves drones so much that he just runs around like crazy. And I don't want him to hurt himself. There was like the last time he hurt his foot on something. There's blood all over the place. I'm like, I can't afford to fly my drone because Steve goes nuts.
Steve. Awesome. Well, gentlemen, I'm calling it, man. Right. Thank you for popping on the panel.
All right, guys. Good hanging out with you guys.
Don't forget to subscribe to everybody's channel here for the 10 people that are left that actually stuck it out till 2 a.m.
Oh, make sure you hit the freaking like button because it'd be sad if you put a down thumb on his
video. Dude, you could put all downs and I'd still smile, man. I did that once. I was like, nobody push the like button. Just push all. We're going to see if it even has any influence over this video on the slightest, and it didn't. So it's just like it does nothing. It really does absolutely nothing. It's just there to deter somebody's brain who's like weak-minded. You know, the weak-minded people get conquered by YouTube dislike button. BTDR. Oh, gosh. Never leave that guy alone. All righty, guys, I'm out. Thank you for popping in the comments section. You guys are always awesome. Thanks for sticking.
All right, we'll see you guys. Take it easy.
Sean, thanks for popping in. Dad, Chris.
Yeah.
Catch you guys.
Hey, thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, always. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Go ahead.
Later and goodbye.
Peace
out, guys.
Peace.